Yeah, dude. What's his name? Tyler has a seller buyer for it.
Yeah, that's the city I did my first deal in.
What?
That's the city I did
Oh,
my first
nice.
deal in.
Hello?
Hey, Cynthia.
Yes, it is. Who's this?
Hey, Cynthia. Good afternoon. It's Caesar. You and I were texting each other yesterday about your property on.
Yes, Caesar.
Yeah.
Yes, how are you, Caesar?
Oh,
How you
I'm
doing?
doing great. How are you?
Pretty good, I guess. Where are you located at?
I am in the communist country of California with,
Really?
with Governor Hairgel. What can I say? Cynthia, you there? Hello.
Hello?
Hey, Cynthia. My Wi-Fi is really spotty. I'm gonna call you back from my cell phone, okay?
You can.
All right, let's call her from my cell. Where's my plot? Yes. Thank God it's here. Oh no, it doesn't have any battery. Fuck. Oh well, at least it's recorded. Darn it.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Caesar.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
But Julius is joining us.
Cool.
I'm sorry, this person is not available.
Oh my gosh. Can you just fucking talk to me?
Telephone number 845.
Hey, Cynthia.
Did you just try to call me?
I did. This is my cell phone number.
415-405-5394?
Yes, ma'am. This is my personal cell. Yeah, I'm at a coffee shop and
Okay.
the Wi-Fi over here is a little spotty, so I switched to my cell phone.
Okay.
How's everything going?
Pretty good. You're in San Francisco.
Yes, ma'am.
I love San Francisco. I was there a long time ago.
Oh yeah? How long?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going back a while.
Well, it's changed a lot, I tell ya.
Yeah. I'm sure it is.
And you know what? Union Square is a ghost town now. Can you believe that?
Really?
Oh yeah, there's no one there. There's literally only one store.
Wow. Where?
Like right, you know where the cable car ends, like Union Square, where there's all those shopping malls, stores, and everything.
In San Francisco?
Mm-hmm. A
No.
lot of those stores and businesses had left because
Really?
yeah, because after COVID is just because the rent is so high.
Yeah, I know because I have relatives in California, but on the other side, like near Temecula and
Oh
you
yeah.
know along that area.
Yep.
Yeah,
I grew up in
it's
San Diego,
very,
so I know exactly what that is.
yeah, yeah. So it's very hard. My cousin lives around that area. It's very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. So you filled out a form. Looks like you're looking to sell this property out in Glens Bay.
yeah, in New York. Are you familiar with New York State?
I am. I buy quite a bit in Rochester, Syracuse. I
Okay.
even did one in West Monroe. So yes.
Okay. Yes, I am looking to do what they call like a catch offer, but I need to know what you can do for me.
Well, how much are you looking to get for this?
Well, let's put it this way. Depends on you saw a picture of the house, did you?
Well, I see a picture of the house, but that's pretty much it. I mean, at the end of the day, I can look it up on Google right now. I am looking it up. But at the end of the day, I just want to make sure, just to let you know, I'm actually very different from everyone else. I genuinely want to help people out and put as much money as I can in your pocket. That being said,
Right.
I am an investor as well. And so I just got to be able to do that while staying fair to my business. Okay.
Right.
Now, one
What
thing,
kind of business? What kind of business are we talking about?
real estate. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got to keep the lights on, right? You know what I mean? So one thing I always say, ma'am, is, if my wife and I were driving around town and my wife pointed at your house and say, Caesar, I want that house, and I walk up
Yeah.
to your porch and I knock on your door and you open the
Yeah.
door, then you get to ask me how much I want to offer for your house all day
Right,
long because
right.
my wife says I want that house. That being said,
Well, I don't think she's gonna do that.
I
don't
know.
think she's gonna.
I know, but on the other side of that coin, you filled out a form saying that you want to sell your house. So then now I get to ask, how much are you looking to get for it?
Well, right now the market value here, the house is in between. It's listed at 279,000. It is a one family house, but considering I do have a second level, but it's listed as a one family. No, well, how they call it, single level or
Single
whatever.
family.
Single family, yeah, that's what it's listed under. But there is an upstairs. There's you have to walk up a flight of stairs. You have to walk upstairs to get to 3 bedrooms, like that. But considering the house is, it could be used as a little summer house. People that come up for the summer and just or weekenders or whatever. I happen to be one that wasn't all year round. So, but like I said, it depends. I'm looking to at least get 200,000 for it.
200,000. Okay.
But even though it's listed at 279,000.
When you say listed, what do you mean by that? Is it on the market, or are you just talking about Zestimate?
Well, no, it's not. Before I decided to do a quick sale, I went and did a little bit of a search to see how much it would be. I had a couple of realtors come up and they showed me it's anywhere from 255 to 279.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it all depends. I mean, I do my homework too to see how much my house would be worth. You know
That
what I'm
makes
saying?
sense. Absolutely. Okay. I get you now. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure if it was on the market or not. So no problem
No,
at all.
no, I don't have it. I did not put it up for sale yet.
Okay.
I haven't done that because I wanted, to see if I could do I've never did a quick sale. I don't know what it's about, things like that.
Well,
So
Miss
I'm just-
Cynthia, I will. At the end of the day, before this call ends, I will tell you, I will definitely help you out, give you some insight as far as the business goes. Whether we do business or not, hopefully, I add value today and just help you as you go through this journey of yours. Right? Whether we do business or not, that's just me as a person. I always say I'm a human being first versus an investor. And anytime I can help someone out, then for me that comes back to me tenfold at some point.
Right.
At least that's what my mom told me. I said, at least that's what my mom told me.
Yeah, I believe the same thing.
All right. So talk to me. Are you currently living here? Is this vacant? What's going on here?
No, I live in the house. My husband and I live in the house, but he's not here. He's in the hospital.
Oh, no. Sorry to hear
yeah.
that. What's going
Yeah,
on?
so that is why I'm looking to kind of downsize it. I cannot handle this house by myself.
Oh.
I'm looking to this house has given me bad memories in a way. But I think it's time to do something different. I don't know. I just need to see what my options would be, because right now I don't know if he's willing, if he's ready to come home yet. He's doing pretty well, but yet he has his moments.
Oh, if you don't mind me asking, what's going on?
Well, he had accident in the house. When he got up, he got very dizzy. He fell on and he hit his head very
Oh,
hard. And they found that he had a hematoma in the brain.
oh, how long ago
It
was
prevented
this?
him. Well, this was since the holidays, since Christmas and Thanksgiving of last year, the 2025.
Oh,
And he's been in this ever since. He was in the hospital for about a week and a half. Then they transferred him to a rehab. He's in a nurse rehab facility. He's getting a lot of rehab, but this caused him to not walk. His speech was very bad.
oh,
But now he's very his speech is slow. He's walking. He's getting a little better as far as walking goes. But there's other issues involved right now.
okay, okay. Well,
So
first and
and also
foremost,
the medical bill is. That's why I'm look. I need to sell also. I need to the money, the proceeds to pay the medical bills also.
oh, geez, sorry to hear that. Are you guys not
Yeah.
have health insurance, or are you saying just to pay off the?
No, we have the health insurance, but we applying for what they call Medicaid. That's to pay for his where he's living now. Medicare did only
Yeah,
so much.
that's
So
right.
I'm
That's
fine.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know exactly what you mean. My folks had Medi-Cal as well. In California, they call it Medi-Cal, which is the
Yeah.
same thing as Medicaid.
Right.
But yeah, you definitely. I mean, I'm no lawyer, so you definitely want to reach out to a lawyer. But I know in order to qualify for Medicaid, you got to liquidate your assets, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you can have more than $2,000 under your name, or so, there's a certain amount that I don't remember.
Actually, to tell you the truth, is where he is right now, they applied for Medicaid. He's in Pennsylvania. If you're familiar with Pennsylvania,
Mm-hmm.
he's in the Pennsylvania rehab, and they're the ones that applied for him. So we're waiting to hear to see what they have to say. And so far we haven't got an answer yet, but he's still there. So
Okay. Okay. All
we'll see
right.
what happens.
Well, hopefully I can help you folks out. And
Right.
by the way, I'll let you know if I'm not your solution. I'll be the first one to let you know as well, because I generally do want to help people out, and sometimes the best
Sure.
help I can give is to let someone know that I cannot be of help. you know, so in that way you don't waste your time, and that's okay. Now, if you don't mind me asking, you said he's in the hospital. I mean, if we were to do something here, is he aware that you're selling this? Because it looks
Yes.
like both of
Yes.
your names are on title, so we're gonna have to get both signatures if we were to do something.
Yes, he's aware. He's aware. He's
Okay.
aware of it. He's on the deed. He's part owner. He's
Okay.
part owner of the house, and he knows exactly what's going on. Before I decided to do this, I discussed it with him.
Okay.
So he really knows.
Got
And
it.
also, I have a brother that knows also that he's helping me
Okay.
do this. So whatever you offer me, my thing is I need I need it in writing. Whatever your offer is going to be, and then I forward it on to my brother, and I will forward it on to my husband. Let them see exactly what the situation is. I don't make any solo decisions. I have two people backing me up.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, if we do decide to do something, I'm more than happy to hop on a call with any of those two people. We can do a three-way, a Zoom call, whatever it is.
Right.
More than happy to make it as convenient as possible for you. Just curious,
Right.
by the way, this house of yours, do you guys own it outright, or do you still owe money on this?
No, we owe money on it.
Okay, and if you don't mind me asking, how much do you guys owe?
$162,000.
162. Okay. I mean, the only reason
Right.
I'm asking is because if we do a deal, obviously that has to get paid off first, right?
Yeah, I understand. I understand. The thing is, I'm in a negotiation with the mortgage company as we speak, so I understand that it would have to be paid off. But
Got
I
it.
would also need to, if we do business, see what your options would be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. And is this a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, or is it a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom?
Actually, it's 3 bedrooms. There's one room that can be a studio apartment.
Uh-huh.
and I have a one and a. They list it as a 2 bathroom, but it's a 1.5 bath.
Okay. And ma'am, with owing that much, I mean, any reason why you haven't gone with a realtor yet to put it up on the market since you already had realtors talk to you about it?
I was still thinking. I don't know what
Still thinking.
what
I
my
see.
options are right now. I
Gotcha.
just don't know.
Okay.
You know.
So, as I mentioned earlier today, like I'm here to let you know what my thoughts are, so that way it can help you as you go through this journey. I personally believe your best bet would be to put it up on a market, and
Okay.
and here's the reason why. I just looked in your neighborhood, and
Right.
the properties that I see that sold. There's one on 31 Minnesink Trail sold for 185. There's another
Right.
one on 15 Minnesink Trail sold for 199. 32 on Delaware Trail for 200, and that was in the market for a while.
Next door. My next door neighbor, he's putting his house up for sale, but I don't know how much he's asking for.
Yeah. So for me, when I look at, so I'm just explaining to you, when I look at how much I can afford to pay for a house, I just look at what's sold, not what's for sale. Because the thing is, a lot of these realtors nowadays, and some of them are really good, by the way, but most of them, they're good at two things: slapping a high price on your yard and dancing on TikTok. And so I always like to just look at what actually sold, because then that tells me what the market is doing. And right now, based on those houses that sold in the high 100s, in order for any investor, not just me, okay, but any investor for it to make sense for them to make any type of profit on the back end, they would have to buy this in the low 100s, which you still owe 160. So that's what I'm saying. If I were you, if you really need to sell this, I would put it on the market. I would talk to a realtor, put it on market, because you need to find someone that's gonna buy it and live there, not buy it and buy it as an investment, right? Because if we needed to, because if we're buying it as an investment and we can only resell it for 200, there's no way I would buy, or any investor would buy it at 200. Okay.
I appreciate you being very honest about it. I don't want to waste any more of your time, but I appreciate you being very honest about the situation. I will give it a very good thinking about it.
Absolutely, ma'am. You go ahead and do that, and I wish you the best. And just make sure you interview multiple realtors to find the right one. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye bye. There's no equity there, guys. It's game over. Jamil, are you muted or no? Oh, there you are. Now I can hear
I don't know
you.
if you can hear my dialing or what.
Bro, yeah. Why would we be on YouTube and be dead silent? Hear your dials. You'll hear mine too.
Telephone number 9.
We should have focused the past. Mr. Mohi. Ready healing buyers. Let's go pray.
Telephone number 97996976050. Can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hey, Rodney, it's Mark calling about your property on Grape Circle. Give me a call back. I want to see if I can be a solution for you.
All right. What do you have? Victor, how you doing, buddy? Victor, what do you mean by what a way to ask again? I'm gonna use that one. Which one? Bought the King Closer Formula Blueprint. Raphael.
Receive a message.
Let's see. Well, I deaded that lead quick. Justin Payne.
This is Ida. Please leave a message. I'll call you back later. Thank you.
Hey, Zyda, it's Mark. Give me a call back when you get this.
Let's call this guy just in case. Well, actually, no, I don't. I'm gonna call some old ass leads. Let's see.
When I spoke to last night, and I did not.
Did you say you just got a new notebook, bro?
Yeah, I filled up the other one.
What's up?
Yeah, I filled up the other one last night.
Oh, when you said notebook, I thought you meant like a new computer, like a new laptop.
No.
You have reached.
Oh man, Alex sent her my video.
Hello.
Sweet.
You have reached the voicemail. Please leave a message.
I am definitely locking this up.
Press the pound key.
Let's just hope she has enough equity.
Good morning, Alex. How are you?
Hello, Madeline?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, this is
How are you, Alex?
this is Caesar. Can you hear me?
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm doing
Yes, I
great.
can. Now
Yeah, I'm doing great. Alex asked me to give you a call. He mentioned you're still looking to sell your property on what is it, on Hillsdale? Let me see. I'm just pulling on
Yeah,
Overlook, on
Hillsdale, New
Overlook
York.
Drive. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it and then
Yeah.
he told me he sent you my video.
Yes, that is such a funny story. I mean, I can tell that seller is so relieved. Why he bought that in the first place is so funny. But, I mean, I could see it more like a clubhouse kind of thing.
Mm-hmm,
I could see people going for drinks and, halfway through the course or something, or doing a half round or something. But anyway, that was funny. Very funny.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you had made you laugh. I always tell people it's a good way to put someone to sleep, but I'm glad it was entertaining for you. So this property I'm just pulling up right now. And by the way, much apologies. I didn't get a chance to really look at his notes. He sent me a text late last night, and I just wanted to give you a call as soon as I fired up my laptop. So if you don't mind, I know you probably had a lengthy conversation with him. If you don't mind, I'm gonna do the same. So for this property, how much are you looking to get for it?
Well, so I'm sorry to just go through this whole thing. I mean, I know I have to take a hit by doing, like a price from an investor is going to be different than, a regular sale.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a very bad experience last year dealing with realtors.
Uh-oh.
It's, I put it on the market late in the season, and it actually really probably stems from the second realtor, but he's an attorney and a realtor, and what he did in retrospect is he picked the first realtor to replace someone that I wanted to deal with by making that person so upset they wouldn't take the property. And then he picked somebody that I found out just a month or so ago that they actually they were caught doing precisely what I sensed they were doing, which was, illegal, which was, not showing the property in order to set it up where people could be pushed to investors. And then they would get not only my commission, but kickback from the investors. Well, it turns out they lost their license for a year prior to me dealing with stuff. Yes. So again, now, I feel vindicated, because it's that, the saying, I might be paranoid, but that doesn't mean they're not out to get me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, it was like, wow, I wasn't just being sour grapes because things didn't seem to go the way I was hoping for them to go.
Wow.
But anyway,
well, I'm sorry to hear that. Shoot.
Yeah, and then the person who set it up so that I would give them a chance, and I knew them for 10 years, and I had a good experience the first go round. That's why I stayed in touch with them for 10 years. But boy, I don't know if they're desperate or if they've changed over the years, but I would never deal with the person again. So anyway, I had a very bad experience, and I found out that he wasn't showing out because he was doing the same thing. And the way I found out was I had friends call and, like, no, nobody's interested, too much money. And there's no lowest price you can put a house on. That's how people come and bid up. And, get lost. Anyway, so, it was just a very crazy situation. And I had people call to say, like, really? Not because I'm getting calls from investors, but he's not even saying they're calling him. And, he wasn't answering the phone. The voicemail was full. And then if they called, he'd say, I'll call you back and set up an appointment to see the place. He never did it. So it was a very bad experience. So that's the reason why I don't want to deal with realtors. And so anyway, Zillow and Realtor, they have the house at high 8, low 4. The reason I know that's valid is because I was starting to consider, and then I didn't need to do it, a loan. The a point, the ones where it's you don't pay any, you can only do a balloon payment. You cannot pay in increments.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have whatever, you don't have to do an income check or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But and the loan got approved.
Oh,
based upon
nice.
The high 3s, low 4 range.
Okay.
And so that was good, but I didn't take it because I didn't need it.
Okay.
I determined I didn't need it, and I didn't want to encumber the house because, again, I wanted to use the house to pay off debt that I have so that I can, retire sooner than later. At least, maybe work part-time versus full-time. And so I put it on for $399 both times. And again, as I told you, it was, just crazy. So, and I mean that they did the comps and they said that was the right number, and that if we really wanted to push it, we could put it on for the low 4s, but you get more hits if you do it, $399. So we did $399 as soon as they got it. And I mean both of them. And one was for August and one was September through November. Well, the beginning of December, because it's very, it's the top of the mountain. I would have had to pay for plowing and shoveling of the porch and stuff to have people even see it.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they got it, though, then it was like, you have to drop it. Well, I'm not dropping it. I'm like, you just did the count. You haven't even done an open house. What? Anyway, so it was a game. And like I said, was I being paranoid? I don't know. And I could have reported them to have checked. It's a good thing I didn't, because they really would have lost their life. And I didn't want to, harm somebody's livelihood. So I just,
took the hit, went away. And luckily, I didn't need to do this. I mean, if I really needed it, I would have been screwed terribly. But anyway, so with all of that said, now I know it's more of a buyer's market than it is a seller's market. So I think it's a little softer than last year. Though that now that realtors are calling me because they want to see if I want to list with them, they're saying the reverse. It's all a game. I know it. You're an expert in the field, but I would think I could get 375, 350 regular sale if I wanted to, deal with creative. And I'm sorry, I hate to say it. I just don't think. Maybe it's too small. Like too few people, too few homes. It's not like the city where thousands upon thousands of homes and hundreds upon hundreds of realtors. So, there's a lot of competition up there, and maybe, the one hand washes the other or something. I don't know. But, so that's the long story. Sorry.
Yeah,
To get
sorry.
you to, I think, and the house is not, it's not a hovel at all. It needs a paint job. It needs an updated kitchen. Not that it, again, like even if I were using it constantly, which again, is very difficult for me. I can't really use it the way I did because I inherited a lot of animals when someone passed away. I'm, getting on in years, and and I love it up there. It's absolutely magnificent up there. But should I become ill, God forbid, I'm in Long Island. I can get to the top hospitals in the world on the Long Island Railroad in an hour, So it's like, I think it's better for me to stay where I am rather than flip. And, I had always thought my husband, who passed away, we always thought we were going to retire up there. But it's, again, it's even more beautiful in some ways because money from New York has gone up there. Are you familiar with this area? You're on the West Coast or the East Coast?
I'm in the West Coast. I'm still in the communist country of California with Governor Hairgel. But
we have the communist mayor in New York City now. Oh my Lord!
tell me about it. I know. So if you don't mind me asking, I mean, and you've seen my video with Frank, right? And I'm very transparent, ma'am. And if I'm able to help you out, I'll be the first one to let you know how I will. And if I can't, I'll be the first one to let you know as well that I will not be the solution for you. So that way you don't waste your time. Now, in order for me to really determine whether I can be of help or not, what is it that you're absolutely trying to accomplish by selling this? And the reason why I'm asking is because there's different ways to get the deal done. And I just want to make sure that I can be there and be a solution for you.
Well, I'm trying to get rid of a home equity line of credit.
Okay.
Right, okay. That's the first mortgage. That's at 3.25 interest. So that's, and it's good, it's good debt, the first mortgage. The second one, I used it for various emergencies that had come up. And again, I'm very grateful that I had the ability to do that with the credit card. I don't even know how it's legal now. It's nearly 30%. I mean, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're debt like that, it's like very difficult to ever dig yourself out of that.
Yeah.
So, but even, so I'm kind of, I had hoped that I was going to clear enough money to get rid of the home equity line of credit. But then I realized I'm going to get a really big hit with the capital gain tax because I bought the house 48 years ago.
Okay.
And for $40,000. So, I'm going to take a tremendous hit with taxes. So I have to, just accept that that's the way of the world. And
we might be able to have a way around that. So we'll see.
Really?
Yeah. But we'll figure it out. Hold on, because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. But I'm taking notes. So I'm circling capital gains on my notes so I can see if we can take care of that.
Yeah, it's about, well, it's very easy, 40 from whatever.
Yeah,
The
it's gonna be
sale
huge.
price is.
So let me ask you something. So for this house, do you have the HELOC on this house? Or are you talking about a HELOC on another
No.
house?
No, my primary residence has the HELOC.
Okay.
I'm even looking at, there was a reverse mortgage company that believes that I could get a reverse mortgage, but put both homes on it. So get the, like combine the two loans and then do a reverse loan and keep the cottage. Or at
Well,
least keep it until,
I'll tell you.
I don't want to do that. I mean, I'll tell you
No,
why. Because I don't want to give up the 3.25 to a 7.9.
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I was just gonna say, be very careful. I mean, if that should be your like absolute last option if you have to, because I do this quite a bit and I hear horror stories about reverse mortgage. I don't even know how that's legal, but it is what it is. So let me ask you, how much is your HELOC? What is it that you're trying to wipe off? How much is that?
Well, it's a lot. I'm afraid people to say it. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm paying about 2005-ish, depending, because it's a variable rate. It's what is it, 1.5 low above prime lending rate.
Yeah.
So it's like 2.5, 2.5K a month. So if but if I got ideally, it's 300. It's 300. And I wanted to get rid of the 300, clear the 300 with the cottage, like, just sell the cottage, clear that, and just have that one mortgage, which again, I can manage. I can manage but the additional HELOC, I have got to keep working, and I'm 71. So, at some point, there's like, and I don't want to leave the home I'm in. I'm a single woman. It's a beautiful area. It's a safe area, as any place can be safe anymore, but I have to be careful. I can't live in a place where even in the night somebody's going to break in potentially, or I can't come home after dark because it's too dangerous. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and again, and as I said to you, it is a beautiful location. It was designed by a woman, turn of the century, 1920s, but 1900s, because the village was built in 20 years ago. And, it was designed so you could get into the city easily. It's even better now since I live here. Now it's Penn Station and Grand Central, within 45 minutes to half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a prime area. It's easy to get to the airports and everything. So this home, and it has appreciated very nicely. I'm very grateful. Love it here. I have a lot of friends here. So,
are you talking about your Long Island house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's the story. And again, the reason why I would even consider telling you such a family personal thing is because, Alex, you can't have a better person on your team. He's just he's very intelligent. He's very, good at what he was like amazing me with all of the options. Well, he's this. There's this scenario, there's that scenario, there's this scenario. I was like, holy, it was really fascinating, actually. And but he's just such a great human being, and I trust him. And he has said only the nicest things about you. And seeing that video and speaking with you, I have a really good feeling about you as well. So, but that's the situation I'm in. And again, I don't have to do this because I still am capable of working. Plus, I have my, Social Security. But then I say, well, what am I holding on to? And, what the beauty of that house is there's very little overhead.
Mm-hmm.
The taxes are less than $3,000. That's the Town and Country and Schools, less than $3,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
The home insurance is like, I don't know, $1,500, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? But let's say that's $5,000. Home insurance and taxes. And then there's, the just regular upkeep, the lawn, the landscaping, the exterminator, because again, you're on the mountain, you're in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and that's basically it. So it's like, it's not a lot to carry. You know, if it were, I'd have had to get rid of it a long time ago. So that's the beauty of it.
Can I ask
And I
you?
don't know if
Can I? I'm so sorry to cut you off there.
that's okay.
Let me ask you a quick question. Your HELOC, you said it's $2,500 a month. Like how many months is that? $2,500 a month, and how many months will it take before you finish that off?
Well, that's just the interest, I believe. And I can tap. I have another 100,000 to tap.
You have another what?
So I'm not, you know, like I could tap 100,000 more if I wanted to for the next 10 years. But then there's 20 years of paying it off.
Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah.
That's why, again, I wanted this to be an interim step.
Yes.
Stabilize, you know, get rid of paying what? At least 27 a month.
Yeah.
Percent a month to 7-8%. So that's why I sat down and said I really think it's time to let go. And for whatever reason, well, you know, again, it really. The other thing is, if God forbid we have another crisis, which we can have at any moment, and we will have something happen within the next year, because it's just the way, you know, the world is so unstable. But then the real estate up there goes crazy, wild, you know, like people will pay anything. So that's what happened with 9/11. That's what happened with COVID. If God forbid Putin stops using tactical nuclear war against Ukraine, which I think he's done it too, because he told all the Americans to get out. You know, I mean, so I also said, I've been talking to myself about, like, now don't be upset if it doesn't work out again this year, because maybe it's not the time. You know? You know how things sometimes, it's like you know how people have missed a plane and it was a sure good thing that they missed that flight, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, things like that happen, and I do try to keep my mind open that way. You know, okay, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be right now.
That's right.
And I don't want to give, you know, I don't want to give the house away. Do I understand that I have to take less money because that's what incents investors? They want to buy low and sell high. And put a little bit in, or not, you know, put money in that they know they're not only going to get back and quickly, they're going to make a nice profit. Now, people making a killing, again, I don't want that on, you know, not me. You know, don't kill me to make a killing.
That's right. That's right.
You know, that's where I've been experiencing, you know.
Well, one thing I always say is, you know, I don't need to hit a home run. So as long as I can get to first base and knowing that I can help someone along the way, for me, those are like the best deals that I have under my belt, and the ones that I like talking about, you know, around my family and friends.
Well, you know something? I think that's so important, and I really mean this. That is so important to live by, because I truly believe, and I have seen it over and over, karma's a bitch. But if you put out good to the universe, you might not get it where you should. Like, it's not like a 1-to-1 correlation.
It's not. You're right.
You.
Yes.
You know, but it does come back to you. You put out evil. Oh my God. The things that I've seen happen to people that have been, you know, really living, you know, not a life to be proud of, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And, but people who are essentially good and fair, it comes back to them. You know, even people you're surprised that, like, you didn't think people noticed, and it comes back to you. So, but not necessarily from the people who should. That's the funny part about it. It's like it comes to you in funny ways.
Yeah.
You're disappointed in one person, and then someone that you had no expectation of
Yeah. So
zooms in and helps. It's very strange.
absolutely.
But anyway,
Well, let me ask
so-
you a quick question. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you probably anywhere between 1 to 3 quick questions, and then from there I can give you kind of like the options just based on what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And then let's see if any of them sticks, right? If one of them you say, hey, that actually would work, then let's go to work. And if not, no harm, no foul, no pressure. I'm very similar to Alex,
yeah.
and that's the reason why I was like, you know what, Alex, be part of my team, because like he and I have the same mindset as far as helping folks out.
Yeah, he's a very nice young man.
So
A real gentleman.
yeah,
Very.
so let me ask you. I mean, at this point, are you looking for speed and convenience, or are you looking for maximum value? Like, what's most important to you?
Maximum value.
Maximum value. Okay.
I can wait. That's one of the elements that I've been talking about with him. Well, again, that's it. I'm looking for maximum value. And
How long can you wait for?
So, please God that I have no emergency, but, if you need, and essentially he was talking about 90 days is like the outer limit, and the things can happen faster depending on how if you get backers or whatever sooner. So, but I can wait the 90 days,
Okay.
or maybe let's even add another month to it, because it'll take a month to, maybe come to, if we were to come to terms.
Okay.
So it would be but I can wait the 3 or 4 months.
Okay. And also, I just want to take a really quick step back and just, I just want to make sure that I heard you correctly. Your number one, if we had a crystal ball here, the ideal solution, ideal world for you would be to wipe off that $300,000 of HELOC.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
at least get rid of that $2,500 a month. Either way, you want those bills out of your way.
Yeah, that I don't see how you could do one without the other, but yes.
Okay.
Especially the fact that you said that you have ideas about the capital gain reduction, knock yourself out telling me, because that's the biggest, to me, that's robbery. I really consider it highway robbery. It's crazy.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway.
So based on that, there's 3 different options for you. Okay. So you're going to have to bear with me. And if one of them you don't like, please don't get mad and not hear the others. I want you to keep an open mind, because each one has its own pros and cons. And then whatever you feel like would be best for you is what we can dig deeper into it. Okay. But I'm going to explain to you high level so you understand. I don't know if you have a pen and paper, but if you do, maybe write it down, so then that way, if we have to get on another call, you at least have notes.
You know what? Just give me a sec. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
Sure.
Gotta make sure it's right. That's what then. Right. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. First option would be just get it over with. Everyone gets paid. Everyone walks away, and that's it, right? And that would be a cash deal. Okay. And it's probably the one that you would not like. I'm just gonna be honest with you, but it is an option nonetheless. So I'll put it on the table, and it's up to you to push it aside if you don't want it. Okay. Now the cash deal would be quick, speed and convenience, like I mentioned. The downside to that cash deal is because those realtors really screwed you up. What I mean by that is, whenever you put a house on the market, and you can probably agree with me on this one. If it's on the market at $399 and no one bought it, right? Anyone, whether it's an investor or someone moving in there, what's the first thing that comes up to their mind? Why didn't it sell at $399? Right?
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
It stigmatizes the house, right? And it may even be worth $350 or $300, but from an investor's point of view, if it didn't sell at $399, and whether you agree with it or not, this is just how most investors look at it, okay? Especially on a cash deal. If it didn't sell at $399, it's probably worth $399 after I fix it. And so a lot of times, especially the partners that I've had established relationships with, whenever we see a property that's listed, if if I were to buy that and I offer the seller speed and convenience, I'm only paying 40 cents on a dollar. So that 400,000,
You're right.
I'm only going to pay about anywhere between 160 to 200 for it
Ay, ay, ay.
because it got stigmatized. Right? So I'm not
Yeah.
saying that it's worth that. I'm just saying because no one bought it at that much, that means in my head I'm going, I can only resell it for 400 after I fix it, but I got to put in all the work into it, and then I got to take the risk, and I don't know what the orange guy is going to do in the White House. If he makes a wrong decision, I might have to sit in the market for a long time. And the longer it sits in the market, the more it bleeds in my pocket, right? And so when you do the math with all of those risks, then that's why I said it stigmatizes. But that would be a cash offer. It's going to land somewhere in that range. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely out.
So that's definitely out, right? Now, can we get lucky and can I find like maybe an investor who only buys 1 or 2 properties a year and they're looking at it as kind of like an Airbnb? Yes, then, but it's still going to be probably in the mid 200s, maybe high 200s at the most for a cash deal because there's value in speed and convenience, and obviously the trade-off is price. Okay,
Okay.
so that's option 1. Option two would be, this is where you can help with the capital gains. Now, I'm not an attorney, so you definitely want to reach out to an attorney, reach out to an accountant, and double check, do your due diligence, okay? But a lot of times when there's capital gains involved, the best way to sell a house, and there's the reason why Frank also did it, is with Frank, we sold it on a seller finance. So he's holding the note on it. Right. And so the reason for it is because now he's getting a monthly payment, and that monthly pay. So instead of let's say we sell this at, I don't know, 300,000.
Wait, so we sell it at 300. Okay.
I'm just coming up with numbers, right? So if someone pays you $300,000 cash right now, you're going to have to pay capital gains on 300 minus 48,000 or whatever it was. Right.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you sell it on a seller finance, and let's say you're only getting paid $2,500 a month for the next 10 years or whatever it is. Well, $2,500 a month, that's only $30,000 a year.
Oh.
So you're only getting tax on that 30 grand, not the 300,000.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you can go around that.
That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
I'm sure that Alex explained that and I didn't understand it. But anyway.
Yeah, no problem. But that might be a potential solution for you because it knocks off that capital gain problem for you. But also at the same time, if I can find someone that will, let's say, that loves Airbnbs and is like, hey, Caesar, I'll pay her $2,500 a month for the next 10 years, whatever it is, right? Then all of a sudden you're 20. Not only do you not solve the capital gain problem, but now you no longer have to make that $2,500 a month on your HELOC. Someone else will.
Let me see. The 20. Oh, in other words, I'm still the bank, though? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So when you sell it on a seller finance, you're the bank. So in other words, instead of me going to Bank of America to get a loan for $300,000, I just go to Bank of Cynthia, and I just say, hey, Bank of Cynthia, I'll buy your house for $300,000, but I'm going to make monthly payments for you, or to you. Sorry, not for you, to you. So and I'm just coming up with numbers, right? Like I haven't looked at I just want to explain how it works so you understand. So for example, I just want to make numbers as simple as possible. Let's say I pay you, Bank of Cynthia, $2,500 a month. Well, $2,500 a month is what? $30,000 a year. $30,000 a year times 10, for example, that's $300,000. So if I buy your house at $300,000, I'll pay you $2,500 a month. That helps me because I don't have to go to Bank of America anymore, right? And then it helps you because it solves your capital gains problem, and you now have $2,500 a month coming in, which in exchange, you're simply just going to write a $2,500 check to your HELOC.
Okay. All right. This is sounding interesting because there was something I was going to ask you to do. I had an outline.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go, you keep going. There's something that came in my head. I mean, it's sounding interesting in a good way. In other words, but in 10 years, I'll be whole.
In 10 years, you'll be whole. Yeah.
And like you said, instead of paying, so is it somehow, I don't know if this is the right word, amortized in terms of the capital gain? So year one, let's talk about year one.
Mm-hmm.
What is and again, I understand what you said. I have to go to my CPA and say, this was suggested. What do you think? Does it, and while we're on the call together so that we can, so the 30,000, what would the cap, I'd be paying a portion of capital gain?
So that's where I'd rather not answer that question because I'm not an attorney or a CPA. I would just ask your CPA. Because like I said, I don't want to give you false information. And so if I were you, I would do that. All I can tell you on a high level, you're not paying taxes on 300,000 because you only received 30,000 for that year.
Okay. Oh, I know what it was. Here's my question. God forbid you can't make the payment.
Yes, great question.
Something, what happens? Is it again like the bank where I foreclose, but it takes 20 years?
Yeah, no. What we'll do is we'll draft it. We'll put it in the contract where it's what do you call it? Deed in lieu of foreclosure. So every state's a little bit different. So with Frank, we did that as well. So, for example, the buyer for that deal, if he ever, God forbid, he gets abducted by the aliens and he misses a couple of payments, Frank gets the property back, gets the deed back. He doesn't have to go through the foreclosure steps. So it's quick. So it protects you as the seller.
Oh, okay, because that's what I was going to say. Years back, in fact, I had a friend, I believe, committed suicide because of what the bank put them through about foreclosure.
Oh
my
my
God! Bank of
God.
America, by the way, Bank of America. They got they were really horrible, and they would just pretend they were negotiating, and if you pay the last month, they'll, then everything will be clear, and we can give you X deal. And so he would do that, and then it wasn't true. And this happened like 6 times, and next thing you know, he wasn't around anymore.
Wow, sorry.
But anyway, so now it's the reverse. Now it's the reverse because they actually, Wells Fargo and Bank of America were really doing some ruthless, horrible stuff. And now it's the reverse, where now it's very difficult for them to gain possession of the home. Mm-hmm. So it kind of like it flipped around. But I mean, so that would be in the deal. It's like, what would it be? Like 3 payments weren't made, and then so automatically I get ownership, the title returns to me?
Exactly. I mean, we can even make it 2 if you want, remember, you're the bank, so it's your rules.
Well, no, I just want to know what your...
usually I'd say 2 or 3. Because one missed payment, I mean, anything can happen, right? I mean, whatever it is,
and
that's
I understand
fine.
that. No, I understand that.
Yeah. So if you want to do 2 or 3, then that's fine. Yep.
Okay. All right. So now, you're on the bank. You're the owner, buyer, owner, and you're going to be, though, because I'm starting to understand your business from all of these conversations. So you're going to be shopping around, though, to get someone to buy it off of you. Now, are you going to put improvements in?
Great question. So a couple of things that you said there. You're going to be the bank because you're the seller, right? It's going to be Bank of Cynthia, not Bank of Caesar. It's going to be Bank of Cynthia, right? So the end buyer is going to be making the payments to you, okay? Not to me, but to you. All right. So I just want to correct that. So you're the bank, not me, because it's your house. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Now, for me, as far as this, I'm just looking at the market right now. For me, it's a little bit too far out there. So for me to be the end buyer on this, I just want to be, fully transparent with you. I won't be. So how I can help?
I see.
Yeah. So
I thought you were going to be, and then you were going to be shopping it out.
well, so here's the thing. All right. I just don't want to get it all complicated. So let's say you and I make a deal on this, right? And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be finding the ultimate end buyer on this one, kind of like what I did for Frank, right? What I told, if you watch that video, I told Frank, hey, Frank, I'm not going to be the end buyer for you, but I'll find one for you. So when I found the end buyer for Frank, Frank and I had a contract. And what I did was I simply assigned my ownership of that contract to the end buyer. So nothing changes. What changes is just the end buyer. The end buyer becomes whoever it is, not me. Okay. And I'm sorry. Go ahead if you were going to ask something.
I'm sorry. So because you're not the end buyer, how long do you think that this would take to, let's imagine I agree to it. Let's imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
How will it take you to get a buy?
Great question. Great question. So depending on the market and on the area, I typically move things very quickly, anywhere within the first 30 days. If we're getting up there where it's upstate New York, it's a little bit rural, it may take, I would say, 60. I don't foresee it as 90 days, but that's like the longest that I would. The way I look at it, Ms. Cynthia, is if I can't find you an end buyer in the next 60 days, most likely I'm not going to find one on the 90th. Will I take a shot at it for 90 days? I would say I'd like to have that much of a runway, but I want to solve this within the first 30 to 60 days.
Okay. But are you and I entering into an agreement?
Well, I mean, if this is something that would make sense for you, then yes, because I'm not gonna work for free. Now, when I say work for free, I mean I'm not charging you anything for this. So how I get paid, just to let you know how I get paid is, let's say we do get an agreement, I do find an end buyer. That end buyer will either make me as a partner, so in that way when they fix and flip it, I get paid on the back end, or they'll pay me a referral fee. Which in our industry, we call it an assignment fee. So they'll say, hey, Caesar, this is actually a really good deal. I like this. You either want to be a partner with me, or I'll just pay you, a few $1,000 for bringing me a good deal. And that's how I get paid. So nothing comes out of your pocket.
All right. The reason why what concerns me about you not being the end buyer. What if somebody claims to be an investor, claims that they're going to improve the house, thinking nothing, and the thing starts to deteriorate. And now it's become something like, we buy ugly houses when it's not. It needs the paint job, it needs the update of the kitchen, actually what it really needs, which I didn't understand before, is because it's the way costs work, and because it's rural. My house is the unicorn on the mountain. Mm-hmm. It's the one bedroom, one bath. Whereas other places, it's the norm, and you have millionaire neighbors, 3 bedrooms, home, not one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing and you can easily make it, you can, but here's what my point is, that if you're not the end buyer and it turns out to be kind of like a person that doesn't have means, and, essentially, they couldn't get a loan from the bank, so they need a place to live. They buy this, and it just deteriorates. It just gets run into the ground. Isn't that a concern that I should have?
It can definitely very well be a concern. That being said, I've been doing this for quite some time, and before we find any end buyer, like, we vet them properly. I mean, I ask for proof of funds. I ask them for their previous projects, what they've done. I mean, it's not just a willy-nilly thing where it's like kind of like a guy walking down the street of New York with his trench coat going, hey, you want some Folex? You want some Folex? You know what I mean? Like, this is a process. And I mean, I've got a team that will make phone calls we'll vet them
Okay.
properly. Yeah, yeah.
You know, you get my point, though.
Oh,
You know, you get my
100%,
point.
man. 100%. 100%. And at the end of the day, if they're paying $2,500 a month, I mean, they've got some skin in the game. You know, they're not going to want to put $2,500 a month and then not put any grease in their elbow, so to speak.
You know, that actually is, thank you for bringing that up. But wait a second, no, actually, I'm working, it's working out in my head as I'm talking, so that's why I stopped. So, because I was thinking, well, yeah, skin in the game, that's what a down payment is, and that's what we're not talking about. But if I get the house back automatically in terms of title for missing 2 months, you know, is it consecutive or, you know, I guess it would be just two.
Yeah, it would be 2
If it happens
consecutive.
twice,
Yep.
you know, it's done.
Yep.
Or it does have to be consecutive. Because it shouldn't just be consecutive, because otherwise they could just pay me this one and then they don't pay me that one, and then I mean, it's got to be that they miss two. If they miss 2 payments, the house returns to me. It does not have to be consecutive.
That's
Correct?
your Bank of Cynthia, your rules. So if that's what you want, that's what we'll put on there.
Yeah, you get my point. I mean, if
100%.
it's a constant, you know, if it's a constant thing, well, then I'm the one sweating.
Yeah, you don't want to be sweating. Absolutely, and that's the beauty of doing this owner finance, because you're the bank. You get to make the rules that you want. You know,
Yeah,
now it can't be
okay.
it can't be unreasonable, but you can make your own rules.
Right.
You know.
Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry. You could continue.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, just to answer your question, we do vet our buyers. Like for example, Frank. I mean, the buyer there was Claude. I mean, Claude is a nationwide buyer. Has been in the industry for 30 years. I do quite a bit of business with him, and so yes, it's not just going to be a willy nilly guy walking down the street, you know, asking if he wants to buy a Folex.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's how that would work.
Yeah, I like that one for the capital gain component.
Mhm.
And so, and I like that, like you said, if they take a long, I can't imagine they're just not going to improve it, because when they improve it, they can sell it, and that's where, for me, it would be cash flow and
Mhm.
aggravation.
Mhm. Oh, by the way,
You know.
if they fix it and flip it, all right, if they flip it instead of keeping it as an Airbnb, if they flip it when they sell the property, guess what? You get paid first.
Okay.
Yeah, because you hold the
Okay.
note. Because you're the first lien. Like right now, you have your 3.25% interest rate. If you sell your current house, doesn't that loan get paid first before you see any penny?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same thing. So
Yeah.
so Bank of Cynthia gets paid first.
Oh, and you know what? The likelihood of them doing that is very high, because once they improve it, then people are going to want it for year round, even because it's the primary.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
exquisite.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right, so that's
Now-
nuance I didn't even
Now,
realize.
here's another thing. So let's say they decide to keep it as a rental, like as an Airbnb, because it's on the top of the mountain. It looks beautiful, right? If they keep it as an Airbnb and after they fix it, they spruce it up, they decide to refinance it. Let's say the interest rate is better and they want to refinance it. Guess what? You get paid first because you hold a note on it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
whether they refinance or sell it, I get paid first.
that's right, because you hold the first lien on the house.
Okay.
Yep. So
Okay.
so do they have 10 years? Yes, but if they sell it or refinance it within those first 10 years, guess what? You always get paid first.
Which, so then there goes I'm just, following your logic here. But then there goes the capital gain benefit.
But throughout the years, throughout the months, you haven't been paying your HELOC for $2,500 a month because someone else is paying it for you.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
So, and then at that time, let's say they refinance it 3 years down the road, or they sell it 3 years down the road, whatever it is. Well, instead of the original amount, now it's whatever's the leftovers, right? And then now you have to pay that. So, So that's how I think would be the best way to go about it. So that's option two. Option three really would be kind of like a combination of option two. But before I move forward to that, I just want to make sure to take a quick step back and make sure that you fully understand everything we discussed. And if you have any questions or concern, please fire them away.
I think I'm following you, but I'm wondering if do you think 3,000 a month would be viable at 300, or does it have to be 325 to be 3,000?
We can.
Because remember what I said, it's the variable rate.
Yes,
Variable rate.
I see what you're saying. So what we let's say we do something like this, and what I told Frank, and I think I said it on the video as well. It's going to be a ping pong match, right? Like once I find an end buyer, yes, they want to get their most favorable terms, and guess what? We're going to want to get the most favorable terms on our side, and it's going to go back and forth, and I'll do all that talking there, and just to make sure that we hit it on a point where it's favorable for both sides, where it makes sense. So we can go a little bit higher, and it really just depends on how much. Just to give you a simple answer, it really just depends on how much they can rent it out for as an Airbnb or as a long-term rental, and then so they're going to come back to us with how much. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it really just depends on how much they can rent it out for, because then from there they'll just do the math backwards, right? They'll reverse engineer to see how much they can afford per month.
You know why? What I was going to say before, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but they're going to easily, with improvements, easily, like 5,500 easily if they add a bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Do the kitchen and paint it. I mean, that's one bedroom, not even like making it the three. Because you have Catamount, you have Butternut right there.
Mm-hmm.
Catamount is an aerial park in the summer, Catamount is a ski resort in the winter, and Butternut is, about 5 miles away in Massachusetts or Connecticut. Because again, it's this tri-state area for Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New York.
Yep.
And it's year round. And if you want to look up Hudson, I'm only like 3 or 4 miles from Hudson. They're calling it the new Brooklyn, the upstate Brooklyn, because of all the money from Brooklyn. So it's and Great Barrington is a cultural center, and so the wealthy from New York and Boston being up there, so they're going to when they do that easily. That's why even the 3 is per month versus the 2,500. That it's reasonable, very reasonable.
Yeah. So if they can if they can push the rent to like 5,000 or 5,500, then I can see the 3,000. If they can only rent it for 5,000 or less, then they're probably going to want anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 bucks. My main goal is to just wipe off that 2,500 bucks a month for you. Right. Even if that goes up later on, I mean, you're saving 2,500 bucks a month right now, right? And so you can, all that savings can help offset some of that increase in the future. And so it really just depends on how much they can rent it out for, and that's just for full transparency.
All right.
Okay. Now the third option that I have, if you don't mind me, is it okay for me to go over the third option?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So here's the third option is this. I don't see this as something that I would do right away, but it's something that I might do if I can't find an end buyer on off market. Okay. Because I do have a huge network of investors nationwide. And like I said, and I told Frank, I usually move deals within 14, 30 days. If we get to that 30th day and I'm getting no feedback or whatnot, then at that point, I might have to switch to what we call a novation, which allows me to put it on the market. Now, at the end of the day, you're still the seller. You still own the house. You still make the final decision on, once we get an offer. But if I can't find a buyer off market, then I will need to put it on the market. So that way, because what I'm doing is I'm casting a wider net where now I'm looking for, like I said, that unicorn buyer that loves to buy Airbnbs, for example, or they only buy 2 to 3 properties a year instead of 2 to 3 a month, and now they're willing to pay more and take an upsized risk. So we might have to get there, and I'm just letting you know now, so in that way we can manage each other's expectations. But that will be my last resort. I don't really like putting properties on the market right away, because if I do, back to what I said earlier, it stigmatizes it. So I like to do everything off market first. And then if I have to pull out that card, then we pull out that card. But I don't do it until I make sure all the stones are unturned off market first.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree with you, because again, that was the sticking point that I had with Alex. He had discussed with me is it numeration? Is that
No,
correct?
it's called novation. Novation.
Novation. Okay. Okay. All right, so, but that was the thing. It's like, well, I agree with you. Last year, my house wasn't given a fair shot, and it, became tainted
Mm-hmm.
by not selling. And because luckily, and I was thinking, if I don't want to put it on the market this year, because it seems like things are softening. They might get worse next year. Who knows? But I was thinking, well, just hang on and see what next season brings. And again, God forbid there's a crisis in the world where people want to get out of the metro area. If the price is double overnight. You know what I mean? Like done, which is a terrible thing to contemplate. But I'm just saying it's a reality. So,
Yep.
But my concern was, you put it on the market. Now it really stinks. People don't know that. The everyday person
Mm-hmm.
doesn't understand. Just to them, like you go into a store and the thing is $100 today, and tomorrow you say flash to $3. So
Mm-hmm.
what's that? The food. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I'm buying that and eating it. Like no.
Mm-hmm.
So they just get completely turned off, and so then that really hurts the the reputation of the property, which it doesn't deserve. It deserves the reverse. That people should see the potential, not the downside.
Mm-hmm.
If they can put a tennis court and or a pool.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough space, and then you can clear some additional land that you have 3 acres of it, of the 4.5 acres, and you could have also, support the place for children to run around and play.
Mm-hmm.
Play ball and stuff like that, or have a party, have a big outdoor party up there.
Mm-hmm.
So, God, when I talk about this place, I just say to myself, I wish I were younger. Like, you should do it.
Yeah. Yep.
The city and move upstate, because that's really where my heart is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my village is like a little oasis of, like a New England town. In the middle of, I'm 2 blocks from the Queens border of New York City. I'm in Nassau County. So, but it's a beautiful suburb. It really is. It's a beautiful suburb. But, you go 2 blocks and there's inner city, with the Dollar Tree. But again, it's very convenient because you have Dollar Tree, CVS, Staples, a block away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I agree with you that, the novation, the thing that worried me is, well, if you think $3.99 is no sale, it's only to imagine if you put it on for $3.50 and it doesn't sell,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
again, there will be people. There it is. Look at that, 50,000 off. Oh,
Exactly.
That.
Exactly.
I mean, again, that's the majority of people who have no vision.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because a paint job makes people feel a little warm and fuzzy, and then the boards underneath are rotted and decaying, and the pipes are what do you call it? twisted or whatever,
Mhm.
leaking. But that paint job and that lawn mowing, really, that sells it. So strange. But yeah, the second one sounds, more like something I would consider. I would have to talk to my CPA about it and my attorney too about like the how likely is it if they miss two payments, period, whether they be consecutive or not, that the house automatically returns to me. The title returns to me and ownership. Is it really like that? If this were New York City with the new administration, I wouldn't trust that would be the case. Everybody's a slumlord now. Even if that's why I sold when my mother passed away years ago. I had inherited a 4-family home, and I had to sell it because even then, no matter what you did, the laws, the courts protected terrible tenants. Tenants that were, I don't even want to talk about some of the things that's going on there. And, now, can you imagine with Mamdani, what it would be like to go against tenants?
Yeah.
So, well, you've given me a lot to think about. The middle one, the first one, forget it.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, I don't have to even consider it. So, I'm not. And I agree with you that the concern, there were 2 concerns I had, but they kind of dovetail when I was speaking with Alex. And that was the novation. Because I said, one, I could be hanging on for months and then we don't get a sale. Now, the house is sullied by a very low, number, listing price. And I'm nowhere close to where I was, and I could have at least tried to get a good, got put listed again.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I were to list it again, though, I would be putting it on for $399, and if the realtor doesn't want to do that, get it. Because I would just, I actually did work after I listed. That's where I found out that there was a lot of boards, had them replaced and painted, that the back steps, were not really strong anymore. I completely replaced and put an awning on and the handrails, and had the gutters cleaned, had the everything checked out, the roof, because that was replaced down to the studs about 15 years ago. The 220 wiring is there. The new brand new stove, enamel stove with the thermal doors and the fully lined chimney, not used since all that work was done. And the baseboard heated is year round. So it's like, no, I'm not lowballing my home. It was never given a good shot, and it'll, I'm just going to stick. Stick to my guns and just say, like, you want it, you pay for it. I'm not giving it away. So, but this second one, I really like the capital gains advantage. And as you said, the fact that if it's true that I really get the house back quickly, like I don't have to take them to court and all this, because that could be a quagmire for me, which I can't afford that. And I do worry as I get older about my health with stress. COVID was enough for me.
Yeah.
COVID was very, very hard on me. And I'm still recovering. Thank God I'm still recovering. I mean, I know people who passed, and I know I could have been one of them. So,
absolutely,
very grateful. But I it's time to start simplifying my life. And I don't want to step into insanity with, back and forth and lawsuits and lawyers and all this. So if it really were true that, 2 payments, no matter when, house is mine, probably the house, like you said, they're going to put money into it. That's the whole point of it. They're going to put money in so that they can make money. And so even if, like you said, even if it is for an Airbnb or a rental, you know, if the ownership flips back to me, I'm at least a little bit ahead of the game. Now I have something more marketable.
Yeah, I mean, if anything,
Yeah.
if anything, you should pray that they do miss those payments, because then you get the house back, a nicer one, and you got all the payments that you've been, receiving, and now you get to go ahead and resell it. And if the market is
Yeah.
better, now you get to sell it at the market value. That's the best case scenario for you.
But yeah, and you know, now, you know, no one explained it to me. I think, you know how a lot of times experts don't realize that there's nuance that people they're trying to explain something to don't. And without that nuance, you really can't grasp the true point of something. And I was like, I don't understand. What is it? If it were me, I'd be clamoring to buy this house. It's the lowest price point in the area of the elite area. These one-bedroom homes are in the trailer park area, right? So it's like, but I get to go and have a cottage on Millionaire Road, and I, you know, and that was the thing too. Over the years, we improved it. You know, the new flooring, and you know, taking the ceilings down to expose the cathedral ceiling.
I see that. And Miss Cynthia, these pictures are from last year, right? So these are, I mean, this is how the house sits right now, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
It's exactly how it is.
The 8, you know, the 8 pictures where it says I don't own the rights to them. Those were the pictures used on the you know, the first place, and this is before any work was done.
Okay.
So look at the, you know, and even that's the house, you know, prior to a paint job.
Yeah.
And you can look close. You can see there's peeling here and there, a little bit of peeling. But I mean, it's not like, you know, you can see the boards are solid as rock. All of the rotted wood panels were removed.
Yep.
And, you know, replaced and painted over. There was a shed. Oh my God, I don't know what they must have added. You know, when somebody a handyman, you know, what is it? A do-it-yourselfer does something, and they must have used the cheapest wood on the planet or something. Well, anyway, this shed at the back of the house, you know, for tools and this and that. It was probably like 3 by 4, and then like 6 feet high or something like that. I mean, that thing just rotted. That was like toothpaste. Removed it. And I said, well, what, you know, how was the wall behind it? He said the man who did the work, he was great. He disappeared. I have terrible thoughts.
Absolutely. Well, Miss Cynthia, let me ask you this.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there. My the Wi-Fi was a little bit spotty. I thought you had stopped talking. I apologize. Quick question for you. It sounds like option 2 is really what's you know, what's making sense as far as what you want to accomplish. What do you think next steps should be for you? Hello? Miss Madeline, you there? Uh-oh, Miss Madeline. Can you hear me? Oh, bad reception. Hey, Miss Madeline, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I was asking. What do you think? It sounds like option 2 is out of all the 3 options. Option 2 feels like it's what's really going to help solve a lot of things that you're trying to solve here. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think next steps should be?
Well, I'd have to talk to my CPA and my attorney. component, like what are the tax advantages for and is it true that it would be an automatic shift of ownership, or would it be a legal, quagmire potentially? But
Yep.
if both got answered in a positive way, then I would probably do it. But that was the thing. Let's imagine that whomsoever buys it, they're very happy with either taking it to live themselves or Airbnb-ing it or renting it out. Is there ever any way for me to get out of it? If they don't. I mean, it's 10 years to pay it off though, right? So it would be 10. I'd be committed to this for 10 years potentially, right?
Potentially, yes. That's if they don't that's if they don't flip it or if they don't refinance it. Yes.
Okay. Given what I've told you, do you think there's any danger for me?
So the only danger on these kind of things, like you said, you already pointed out, is the concern is what if they stop making payments? But that's why we're putting the deed in lieu of foreclosure performance clause onto the contract, so in that way you're protected. And what I can do actually is, here's what I'll do, Miss Cynthia. I will send you I will send you the agreement that I sent to Frank, okay, which will spell everything out. Forward it to your CPA, to your attorney, whoever you need to forward it to. Make sure that they have my information. They can always call me and ask me. And then we can redline what we need to redline. There are some that are flexible that can be redlined. There are some that I just won't, right? But either way, more than happy to have a conversation with your attorney. We want to make sure that you're protected as a seller here, right? And that you're the bank, so we want to make sure that you're good. That being said, like I said, whatever the terms ended up being later on, like, it needs to be favorable for the investor as well. There's got to be a way for them to make a spread, because otherwise they wouldn't buy it, right? So it's going to be a ping pong match, but I think the first step right now is, one, I'll send over that agreement to you so you can go ahead and forward it to your attorney, whoever you need to forward to. You do your due diligence. And let's say we redline it or not redline it, whatever it is, as soon as you get a green light from your attorney saying, hey, actually, this is a pretty darn good idea, let's go work with this guy, then that's when I go to work, right? Now, I cannot go to work unless we do have an agreement set in place, because it does take a lot of time, effort, and resource on the back end for me to find that end buyer. The other two questions that I have for you is, let's assume for a second you do get a green light from your attorney. We go on this. What is access going to be like? Do you have a lockbox on there? Because they're going to have to see the property at some point, right? So you do have a lockbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these people are vetted, correct?
Oh, yes. These people will be vetted, and I don't give out the lockbox unless they're like parked outside. And then they also always take a picture, a small video of them locking the key away, locking the doors. At the end of the day, I'll treat it as if it's my house, and I just want to make sure that, everything's locked away and safe.
Okay, yeah, but I do have the lockbox.
Okay, so that's good.
And by the way, the porch is, relatively new. That's 15 years old. All pressurized wood, solid as a rock.
Mm-hmm.
The back was just done, pressurized wood, solid as a rock.
Mm-hmm.
The roof was checked. There were no leaks inside. God bless. And again, it was all stripped to the studs. So if they had to, they just have to put what they should probably do is put a metal piece up there. That would be cool. Especially because I love the sound of rain.
Mm-hmm.
On the house, you really hear rain on that.
Absolutely.
And, the gutters are cleaned and are, in good shape. So that's where I'm saying you're not inheriting a dump.
Yep.
There's a stream on the property. There's this spring-fed stream on the property. Wide frontage, 4.5 acres. Seasonal view that could be year-round if you take the trees down that separate the house from the road. Or if here's another thing about the property. And I was, because I have 4.5 acres, you need the rule is up there, you need 3 acres to build a home. Right? I mean, you know, the barn garage is, you know, supplemental to the house, so it's considered part of that. But I was told by a neighbor who is an attorney that the beauty of my property is it's a 1900 cottage. It's not a landmark, but it has historical significance. It has a bunker for where they would watch the Brits coming up down from Albany and stuff, and a foundation for a home. So he said, and it's a small footprint. He said, I think you could get a variance and you could build a brand new home. And if I did, I would have a year-round view and not have to take any trees down. So, I mean, again, the potential is incredible there.
Yes.
But
yes.
you need the cash flow and you have, you know, the means to get the work done.
Yep.
And that's beyond, you know, that's beyond.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll send over that agreement just so that at least your attorney can take a look at it. And then also just to let you know, whoever the end buyer is going to be, they will always pay all the closing costs. So that's no money out of your pocket. That being said, I just want to be clear now, any attorney fees that you incur by having them review or whatever it is, that's going to come out of your pocket, not the end buyer's pocket. So they pay all the closing costs, but any attorney fees is all on you. Okay. I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. And so just to let you know how the process works is once everything is finalized, meaning you get the green light from your attorney, you sign the agreement, I sign the agreement, then that's when I go to work. That's when, I open title with a title attorney, make sure that we have a clear title. While title is doing what they're doing, then that's when I'm going to start marketing it off market, not on market, but off market, to all the end buyers that I know within New York who loves to do Airbnbs and all the other stuff. And then they're going to, you know, I'm going to send them the pictures. They're going to, you know, run their numbers. They'll do walkthroughs, right? And then obviously they're going to come back to me, letting me know like where they need it to be, whatnot. Either way, you're always going to get honest feedback from my end. So in that way, we know exactly where end buyers stand and why they need it at a certain price point or whatever the terms may be. And like I told Frank, a lot of times when it comes to these things, it's going to be a little bit of a ping pong match, right? Because they want to make sure that's favorable to them. We want to make sure that's favorable to you. At the end of the day, the best deals are when both parties walk away just a little bit upset or a little bit sad, right? And that's when you know you made a good deal. Because at the end of the day, it has to be a win-win situation. So that means you have 2 levers to pull on. They have 2 levers to pull on, right? And so as long as we're both pulling on our levers, they're pulling on their levers, then that's when the deal goes through. And that's what I was able to do for Frank, and that's why we were able to get it across the finish line.
That really is a great story, too. I'm telling you, I just, you know, you can tell that he really appreciated you. You know, it just that comes through so clearly. You know, I could have been screwed. You know, what the hell? You came through for me. So it's a very nice story. And it gives, it's again what Alex was saying, that he thinks very highly of you.
All right.
How you engage with people and do business.
Okay. So for now, if you don't mind, I'd like to just, because when I send over the agreement, I just want to I'm going to put the deed in lieu of foreclosure lingo on there. So that way your attorney can read it over. If they want to add whatever they want to add to make it favorable for you, by all means, they can redline it and they can show it to me. And it's going to be a work in progress, in other words. Okay. But this is the deed in lieu of foreclosure that I typically do. But once again, go ahead and send it to your attorney and they can do whatever they need to do with it. Okay.
And that's what I wanted to tell you. The title has my mother's name on it as well as my own. My mother passed away 28 years ago this coming September. And we had joint survivor. Like,
do you have any siblings?
No. And it also was set up that, you know, joint survivorship. That's it. So if she died, I inherited it. If I died, she inherited it. And I have the death certificate. I just want to tell you, just so you know, I'm anticipating a question you have.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Every time I refinance, that came up, and it was a quick just we need the death certificate.
Yeah. Title attorney, title will figure that out and let us know. So
Mhm.
so now let's just talk about terms real quick, because when I send it over to you for your attorney to review, I just want to make sure everything's spelled out. So right now, because he had it on the market for $399, okay, I'm just gonna let you know right now, it is gonna be very, 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 very difficult for me to find an end buyer that will pay $399 for it.
Okay.
Okay, any investor, like I told you earlier,
understand that part.
for
That part I understand.
yeah, so for a cash deal, like I said, they're gonna get it like 40, 50 cents an hour. Now on an owner finance, I might be able to get this across the finish line, but they will need to get a little bit of discount. So I want to be honest with you, just like the way I was honest with Frank. Most likely, this thing will probably move anywhere between 300 to 320. The reason why I'm saying that is because at 320, that gives them a 20% discount because you had it on the market at 399. So that's pretty much 400,000. You put a 20% discount, that brings the price point down to like 320.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, whatever the price point is, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but what I'm saying is it takes care of your capital gains problem and it takes care of that $2,500 a month. If we can solve those two, right, then let's get the highest that we can. But there's also a cap on how much we can sell it for. Okay.
It makes sense. That's what I'm saying. I understand people making money doing business, right? Well, we all have children, most likely. I have animals to take care of, but making a killing, that's another thing. And it's not going to be at my expense. Thank God I don't have to allow this to happen.
Yeah.
So, but I tend to like this. I tend to like this. Okay.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do
Well, it's
is
very nice of you to take the time to call me and really have this conversation.
and so what I'm gonna do, Ms. Cynthia, is I'm gonna send over that agreement, and here are the terms that I'm gonna put on there. We can always change it later, but I just want to have it all spelled out so that way when you send it to your attorney and your CPA, they can see how it's gonna be, so that way they can give you the proper recommendations or proper answers to your questions. Okay. So the terms that I'm going to put on there, okay, is I'm going to put for now, once again, this can change later, but I'm going to put $320,000 as the purchase price. And then I'm going to put $3,000 monthly payment for whatever 320,000 divided by $3,000 a month. I think that's like 106 or 107 months. I was a math major. Don't ask me how I was able to do it quickly in my head. So those are the terms that I'm going to put on there for now. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to you. And then so that way you can go ahead and send it over to your attorney and your CPA. And then from there, we can work it out and work out the kinks if we need to. Does that sound fair?
It does. I just want to go over the formula again.
Sure.
So let's imagine $320K for the purchase price and then $3,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the formula? Is it a 10-year thing? So is it
So
32?
So let's look at this right now. 320,000 divided by 3,000. That is 106.667 months. So that's less than 10 years, right? Because 10 years would be 120 months. So it'd be 9 years.
Oh, 9 years. That's even better. Okay.
Yeah.
My husband, I don't know if you know this. My husband was Chinese, but I know the 9 is a big one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's actually 9 years and.
You don't give $1,000 away. You give $999.99.
That's right. So that would be 9 years. So I'm just gonna put there on the terms as far as like the equation or like the numbers: 320,000 purchase price, $3,000 per month until notice paid off.
Okay. And when you say the deed in lieu of foreclosure, is there still work that has to be done with attorneys? Like, I got your, or once I have the deed, I own it and I can sell it.
Yes.
I know I'm speaking simplistically.
Yeah,
You're the expert,
that
and I'm
that
a layperson.
that would be on a high. You're on a high level. You're right. But once again, since you're going to send it to your attorney, just make sure you ask your attorney on that one, especially with New
Okay.
York and everything. So it's a little bit different in every state. So I was just, I know the answer to it, but I don't want to give it because, like I said, I'm not an attorney. I'd rather just have the attorney tell you.
Okay.
All
And
right.
by the way, did Alex ever talk to you about Arnel Pineda? Do you know Arnel Pineda?
Arnel Pineda. Yes. Yes, I know Arnel Pineda. He's Filipino. Oh my gosh, he's the lead singer of Journey right now.
I'm in love with him. He's so he's so well. I mean, his voice. It's angelic. Do you know his story? Do you know his life story?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Filipino, so I definitely know.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it because that's why I'm bringing it up because I mean, when he told me you were Filipino, and I think we were talking about my husband being Chinese, but anyway, I just wanted to ask you if you knew him because he is unbelievable. Did you see him? He's really going through a lot. He's a crazy bunch. The Journey guys,
Mm-hmm.
he's such a good guy, and the other men, all they do is fight. They all fight amongst them. They ruin everything that they've been. But anyway, did you ever see him when he was first with the band and singing live in the Philippines?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God! You've gotta watch it. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
And his voice is fantastic.
Oh,
Absolutely beautiful.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
absolutely, my mom loves him, and I mean, he's just one of those great stories. Just like
Oh, my God,
Philippines,
what a
third world
beautiful
country,
story.
dirt poor, and now is just all over the world. It's just amazing.
I know. I mean, I get chills whenever I think about it, and how his devotion to his mother, and how she was a seamstress. I think the parents were seamstress, like a tailor and seamstress, and they were always making him these outfits. But I think it was after they passed away he became a street child.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, and look at what he turned around. He has his own family. It's really,
Absolutely.
and then to hear his voice. Oh my God.
Absolutely. Well, by the way, I keep calling you. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Madeline or Madeline?
Madeline, it doesn't matter, but Madeline was how I was raised. Madeline.
Madeline.
was how
Okay.
I was raised. But now, all the kids are rereading the books, the Madeline series. So they're like, yeah, but the children always come up to me, oh, hi, Madeline. And I have red hair. I have red hair like the cartoon character, the little girl.
Absolutely. And Ms. Madeline, your email
was like, that's a weird, let's not do it Saturday, Sunday. So
Yeah.
if the 15th is a Monday, that's good.
All right, perfect. Send this over to you. I do got to get going. I love speaking with you, ma'am. I could talk to you for another hour, but I do got to get going. And then I'll send it over, and let's touch base. And text me back your email address so I can send it over to you. Oh, wonderful. Yes, I just saw that. All right, wonderful. Well, you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, okay?
You too, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Hey, you guys unmute yourself. I got to use the restroom. I really got to go. Jesus.
Go ahead. You hear me, Jamil?
Yeah, I didn't know how long he had been muted, but I just got off a 15-minute call. Oh man, I wish that one was recorded.
How did you make an offer?
I was getting to that. She's like, I'm really tired. It's really inconvenient. I'm in Oklahoma. The property's in South Texas. I don't want to deal with people, all this other stuff, but I didn't have any numbers for anything. She's an investor though, so I'm like, all right. You said you planned on selling it for 130. If I got to put 15 into it, you want 105. I'm gonna lose $5,000 after all the stuff that I got to pay. You're an investor. You get it. What is it you're absolutely looking to accomplish? And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I know you said that once again, you're tired of people and everything like that, but what are you trying to accomplish from selling this? And she just hung up on me.
Oh, weird.
So I feel like it's still a motivated seller. I wish that one was recorded so I could get that reviewed.
Right.
But on to the next.
Hey, Jamil, let me know if you can hear this, okay? Let me know if you can hear this.
Hello,
Hey, is Deborah there?
this is Deborah.
You
Yes.
can hear that? Awesome. Cool then. 'Cause I'm on my new PC now. It's way faster than my laptop, and I'm routing the laptop audio through my gaming PC. So I'll set up the camera later. But it sounds good. Now I'm all set and ready to go.
Barbara.
Hey, this is Barbara.
Landline.
You guys on a call?
Not
Trying
currently.
to.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I pretty much hijacked the whole damn show for like an
That's
hour
okay.
and 20 minutes.
Are they closed?
I was gonna say for next time, if you guys like for example, Jamil, I heard you say, "Oh man, I wish that was recorded." If you have something like that where you're like, "Hey man, like it's like just be like, hey, like I've got a good call," just put it on the chat because if I'm seeing like, oh, this is like going towards agree, whatever it is, like I can mute myself and you know what I mean.
Okay.
That's what the private chat's for, so we can communicate with each other. But yeah, that was a long call, dude. I don't know if you guys were listening. Hopefully not the whole.
Yeah,
But,
I caught the tail end. Talked about being Filipino. I heard that.
Yeah, it's going to be a seller finance deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some while I wasn't dialing or on the phone myself. I had 3 calls. Right? Yes. One, the seller that called me back, and I had already embraced no one. And then he was still looking for an offer. So I lowballed
Nice.
him. He was like, "Oh, that's a start." I'm like, "A start to," or he's like, "Yeah, it's a start." I'm like, "All right, so what works for you?" And then he just hangs up. I'm like, what was the point of that? And then another one, I don't know. That was my second time talking to her, and I had gotten deeper before, so I don't know if she's tired of dealing with buyers, wholesalers, or something like that. So she didn't want to open up, but she's like, "Yeah, this isn't a good fit." I was like, okay. And then that third one I was just talking about.
Nice.
Hey, this is Barbara. Sorry, I'm not able to phone right now. I'll give you a call when I can. Wait for the beep because it's kind of a long pause. So hear the beep and your message.
Let me get my camera actually. See my face. Let me set it up.
Hey, Barbara, it's Mark Watts calling about your property over on Avenue G. Give me a call back. I'm sure I can be a solution for you.
Rita, if you're still here, it was in It's in Hillsdale, New York, and it is, yes, it is speed to lead, but it's an old ass speed to lead. Let's see. I think March 30th. No, March 7th is when I got this. This was a while back.
What do you say? If it's not sold, it's not old, it's gold.
That's right. If it ain't sold, it ain't old, it's gold, baby. All right, it's your guys' show now because one, that was a long ass one, and two, I need to draft up this agreement. I'm gonna have to add other stuff in there.
You said you're drafting up the agreement though, so it seems like there's still life there.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Say that again. What's your question?
I didn't hear the end of it. So you're saying you're drafting up an agreement. I'm guessing that means either getting signed or you're confident there's life in it.
Yeah, she's sending it to her attorney because it's gonna include other terms. Oh yeah, but she's working with me for sure. I'm the solution for her. Hopefully, I answered your question.
Okay, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Mark.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
You guys want to know something funny?
What's that?
I couldn't find any comps.
Sorry, this person. Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Mark, I'm buying your house. That happened to me last night. Omar looked up the comps for me.
Mark,
He had to go back 2.5 years to find a sold comp.
Why do you guys have to go that far?
It was that rural. No actives, no sold comps. We stretched out the square footage like there was nothing.
So then, why did you guys stay on the phone to comp it?
I'm sorry.
I was like, hey, listen, if you bought it 2 years ago for 200,000, I'm just gonna, or 175,000, I'm just gonna have to assume it's worth that. And I was like, realistically, I gotta be at like 100. He was asking 200. He's like, yeah, I figured. I think I could probably work with that. I just gotta talk to the VA and see what they think. And I should ask him about that, like what's going on with the VA. He said there's something that he has to talk to them about. But seems like there's life on that one. Or do you think it still won't move because of the lack of sales and comps even at 100?
I would have said I would be under 100 on it. Question for you: why did you say 100? This is a very important question.
I literally just was like, he bought it for 175. I'm assuming that's what it's worth. Said this buyer's going to want to make like 30. I want to make like 10, closing costs, holding costs. I think it was like 118. So I was like, I got to be at like 100.
You're still thinking like a wholesaler.
Is this one of them risk-based offers?
No, not necessarily, but you said something earlier. You said that it's so rural that you didn't have anything, right?
Mhm.
So that means the buyer, whoever the buyer is going to squeeze you for it. Am I right?
Mhm.
Okay. What percentage? So when deals move, usually it moves at what price point? What percentage of the ARV?
Like 50.
That's right. So if it's super rural, there's nothing on the market. Where do you think it would move?
Uh, low.
50% or lower than 50%?
What do you mean? Like, if somebody lists it, they list it for
No, no, no,
50%?
no, no, no. Listen, you answered my question. I said most deals, most wholesale deals, off-market deals. Actually, why am I carrying the fucking laptop with me? Give me a second. I'm gonna go downstairs because I know you guys can hear me still. Let me just grab some water. What I'm saying is most deals move at 50% of ARV. Am I right? Like
Yeah.
unless it's like full gut, then obviously it's got to be a little bit lower, right? But
For the
most
most part,
deals,
yeah.
if the ARV is 300, it moves off market to an end buyer at 150.
Dr. Merrill.
Am I right?
Mhm.
Okay. So we understand that. We're in agreement on that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if this place is rural and there's nothing going on in the market, then what do you think the end buyer is going to do? Buy it at 50% of ARV or buy it lower than 50% of ARV?
Lower, probably, when you look at it through that. I didn't look at it through that lens.
That's why I'm
Right.
saying you were looking at it from a wholesaler's point of view. Why? Because you were still looking at your profit calculator versus looking at it from an end buyer. If you're an end buyer and you know that you usually buy at 50% of ARV, but it's super duper rural, then that means you got to take all of that into consideration and minimize your risk. So you have to buy it less than 50%. You get what I mean?
I
So what?
do. The
Okay.
thing that I was thinking though is from what he was saying, usually when it's 50% of ARV, that's like repairs and everything. I put in 10K for seller concessions. Maybe I should have still put in like 10K for like
What is 10K
clean up.
seller's concession? What do you mean? Are you going to novate this? Are you going to wholesale it?
I mean, that's just the state of the market we're in right now. You still got to account for that stuff.
I don't. No, I know, but no, I don't know. What are you saying? What is 10K seller's concession? Why are those words coming out of your mouth? Like, help me understand.
If I was a buyer, I would account for at least 10K in seller concession if I were to take this down. I'm assuming I got to pay somebody's closing cost or something.
Okay.
But maybe I
So what
should
is
have
that?
been more. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's
sorry.
how I came to my offer. I was 175, closing costs, holding costs, 10K for seller concessions, like 30K in profit, 10K to me. That puts me at 104. I probably still should have been more aggressive though, and maybe like 10K for cleanup and stuff like that. But he was saying this is like turnkey, good to go.
So you're saying exit strategy is a wholesale. Okay. So if it's a wholesale, how are you going to wholesale it when you don't have any data point?
My data point was what he bought it for. Somebody approved him on the mortgage.
Okay, so if you're the end buyer, you're going to use that data point. It's your money. It's your $104,000. You're going to use that as a data point.
So what else could I use?
It's your $104,000. If you want to bet on a house, price of a house, a couple of years ago, when did he buy it?
A little over 2 years ago.
If you want to bet your money on price points 2 years ago, then you bet on it. But that's your money. But do you think end buyer is going to say that?
Oh yeah,
So-
probably not.
So what I'm saying is, can you find an end buyer that will do that, Jamil? Yes. But here's what Claude will tell you, JW, Josiah. Okay, you're saying 175. All right, well, what was the market then in 2 years ago and today? It's softer. All right, so if it sold at 175, maybe it sells at 150 now. Oh, well, what if I'm wrong on that one? Then I got to give myself a little bit more cushion. You got to give yourself cushion because you got to make sure that when you take that risk, if you're off, you still have enough cushion to make some money. You got what I mean there?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I did like about what you said was you didn't say you offered 100 because you're afraid to lose the deal. So that's good. You actually did some math in your head. So that you're on the right path. If you don't have a data point, you just got to be ultra conservative. Right?
Sense.
And the thing is, even if you do just right, actually, you know what? Your number is completely going against what you just said. You're going off of his purchase price at 175, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's 50% of 175?
Well, that's what I was saying. Usually 50%, but with
What's
this being a
50?
current situation, I didn't do that. So that would put me at like 87.5. But that's not how I ran my numbers for this situation. Usually, I don't run my numbers like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fine. It is turnkey. So you're okay. So I'm seeing what you're saying. So you're saying 50% here, but Caesar, because it's turnkey, I can see someone offering more than 50%. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I was profit calculator, not.
Okay. No, forget the profit calculator. I'm just talking about concept. Let's look at it conceptually. Because when you're on the road, bro, you don't have profit calculator. When you're on the road and you're walking, you don't have fucking Zillow and all that shit. So you got to be able to think on your feet, right? So I'm just teaching you concept right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying, okay, 50%, but because it's turnkey, I can probably offer more.
That was my idea, yes.
Okay, perfect. So then now we're right. This 50%, this is where you are based on the fact that it's turnkey, right? I'm okay with that. But now, do you have data points, and are things selling there?
No.
So does this now go up? Does it come down? Does it stay the same?
It goes down.
That's right. Concept.
No, I agree with you.
So yeah,
that was my mindset during the conversation.
Yeah. So just moving forward, because like I said, there are times when we're on the phone with a seller and we don't have the calculator, we don't have all this, and sometimes we just got to make quick decisions on that. So 50% of 175 is just a little bit over 80,000. Is just shy of 90,000. So if it's shy of 90,000, then you should be offering at 80,000. Maybe even 70. And that would have been your first number anyway, right? So right now you gave him a number of 100. So where are you going to go then if he doesn't want 100?
So I don't really do that though, which maybe
Why
I
not?
should. I don't know, but just like the way RJ says, we don't lowball. We just tell him where it needs to be. That's how I've been approaching my offers.
Well, then that's pretty bad. And no, that's not what RJ says. RJ does not say that. Why do you think he says, if he says 100 and the guy says, oh, when he hits him with a kill shot and the guy says 120, why do you think RJ says, oh man, I was hoping you'd say 100?
It's not an offer though.
Yeah, it is. I was hoping you'd say 100 because then the guy goes, all right, I can do 110. RJ goes, all right, I'll send over an agreement. We are in a negotiating business, fellas. People are not just going to hand you their housing keys. You got to play the game. It's like going to swap meet. It's like buying a pair of Jordans.
Going to a pawn shop.
You are going to a pawn shop. Exactly. There's got to be some type of gamemanship. Can't even think. You get what I mean? What is not splitting the difference? Not splitting the difference is I needed 100, so I'm gonna anchor it at 90. Why? Because that gives me $10,000 to move up and still land at the number that I need it to land. What RJ's saying is don't lowball, meaning you need it at 100 and you go fucking offer him $40,000. That's lowballing them. But offering him at 90 when you need to be at 100, that's not a lowball. That's just giving you room to negotiate up. And I can be wrong, and if RJ's watching this or watches this in the future, you know, he can correct me, but that's how I interpreted it. All right, you guys are dead silent now. Sorry if I, well, not sorry, but what did I do, man?
I'm just about to call someone right now. Give me 1 second.
Do it.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
What was that?
About to run to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Where's my agreement? Oh, there it is. Leslie, what did you say? Same interpretation for me. Yep.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Stephen there.
Hello.
Stephen there?
This is Steve.
Hey, Stephen, this
Steven.
is Julius calling about your property there on Tryon Road. Looked like you had
Yes.
entered this on my website saying you're looking to sell that property. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. How much were you looking to get for it?
Well, excuse me. Well, we were asking $230 for it, but it needs repairs, and I understand it because of that. Nobody's going to pay $230. But in order to be able to get our mortgage paid off and have a little money to put as a down payment on something else, we're looking at right at $200 for it.
Okay. When you say you have a mortgage on it, how much do you owe on it?
The last time I gave somebody that number, they offered me $780 more than what that was.
Okay.
I need to know what it's worth, not what you can give me over what the mortgage is.
Okay. Well, I want to know what I'm working with here. Can you tell me a little bit about what you got going on?
Well, we've got it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Most of it is built pier and beam. Now the kitchen and dining room, where we had the problems, that's actually on a concrete slab. We had a water leak in the attic. I didn't even know there was a pipe in the attic. 2 days before Christmas back in 2022. And we had problems getting contractors out to dry the house out. And then once we did get a contractor, they didn't show up for 4 weeks. And then when they did show up, they worked 6 days and 3 months and abandoned the job.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so they did manage to totally destroy the kitchen and dining room, and pretty much left it at that. And they stole a bunch of stuff out of the rest of the house. And
Oh,
we
Jesus.
bought with insurance and contractors, and 3.5 years we've been dealing with this. And it's pretty much time to cut our losses. We got a house that last time we had it appraised, when we refinanced several years ago, we appraised at 420, and it's on the tax records. I've got it showing up substantially less than that, just because it's not livable right now. But with the house being repaired, it would be worth. Two different real estate agents tell me probably somewhere between $350 and $400.
Okay. Gotcha. So help me understand, Stefan. What are you hoping to accomplish by selling this? Are you trying to relocate? What's the situation?
Yeah, we have got some land that I have to sell the house before I can start sell the lot that's next to it, because they're all under the same mortgage. And I've already got a buyer for the other lot. It's about 2/3 of an acre. There's just over an acre with the house. And but I have to sell the house, pay off the mortgage before I can sell the land and use that money. I found another piece of land for basically the same price that I'm just going to move a modular into. So we're looking to pay off the mortgage, get us modular or something like that we can just move in and just get away from this nightmare that's been haunting us all this time.
Oh, geez. And you're currently living in this one, correct?
No, we haven't been able to live there since December the 24th of 22.
Okay, so it's vacant. Got
We
it.
stayed in a hotel for 747 days in a hotel that the insurance paid for, and then they cut it off, and we're currently making mortgage payments and rent payments on another place to live, and it's just running us broke. We're if we keep going at the rate we're going, we'll be filing bankruptcy within the year. So it's taking everything out of us just to survive.
Oh, geez. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Hopefully I can help you out here. What is that dollar amount that you need to get that modular home?
With the down payment that we need to get with the deal that we've got worked out, we're looking at I think bare bones is going to have to be 180.
180,000.
And that's yes, just so we got to put a driveway in. We have to tap the water main, get the underground electrical put in. What am I missing? Oh, septic system has to be put in. So we've got a lot of other things other than the house that we'll have to pay for.
Okay.
And just to get our payment to a manageable point.
Okay. You mentioned there were contractors that tried to do some work on it. I mean, what's been finished? Like what have they done successfully, and like what else needs done to it?
The only thing they did successfully was destroy my kitchen and dining room.
Oh shit. Oh man.
They've gutted the walls. They've stripped up the flooring. The last excuse they gave me for why they couldn't come back and work, I said, it's an older house. They found multiple layers of linoleum in the kitchen, and they got down to one, and the guy said, "Oh, that looks like asbestos. We need to get that tested before we go any further." And then they didn't show up for 2.5 months.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody ever came and tested it. Another contractor, a guy that I know that was too busy at the time to take on this job, he came in and looked at it. He said, "That's not asbestos. There's no way that's asbestos." And then, of course, when we were trying to deal with all the legal everything from against State Farm and the contractor. We had it tested, and it was not asbestos. In fact, the guy that tested it said, "Okay, I can test this just so you've got a document saying that it wasn't asbestos." But this is a waste. Anybody with half a brain knows this is just plain old vinyl flooring. So, anyway, so that all they did was gut out the kitchen, and some of the walls are floor to ceiling. The entire ceiling's gone because all the insulation was getting soaking wet while the water was spraying out in there, and it weighted the ceiling down to where it caved in. And so that's all gone. You can stand in the kitchen, well, excuse me, where the kitchen was, and look up and see the turbine vents on the outside of the roof.
Right. Yeah. That's why I kind of asked the question. What is the? I really would love to make a deal happen for you. I just, that's the reason why I asked, like, how much. What is that payoff amount on the mortgage? Just so we can come to an agreement on price. I'd love to at least pay off your mortgage, obviously.
I've got to go above and beyond paying off the mortgage, or it's just not going to work.
Okay.
And
you're gonna need.
That's going to leave us. That's going to leave us homeless. I mean, we're not going to be able to stay in this guy's camper much longer. In fact, as soon as he finds a buyer for it, we're looking for a place to live again.
Yeah, and
that time is coming.
Yeah. And you said you needed 180 to make that happen.
Yes.
Okay.
That's minimum. We've got people we've borrowed money from, trying to just survive. I can think of at least two. My wife's got all the notes, but I can think of two right now. That one of them I owe $3,000 and one I owe $4,500.
Okay. Got it. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, Stephen. But that 250 was it 250 or 230 was your asking price? 230.
Yeah.
Okay. So if your asking price is 230 and you're hoping to get 180, then you're hoping to get you're hoping to walk away with 50,000. Is that correct? I'm kind of lost here. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I don't really understand the question. The 230 number that we came to from, I was trying to do a for sale by owner. We had two different real estate agents come out here looking at it when we're thinking about, trying to get them to list it, maybe finding somebody to buy it. And they said both of them that it wasn't anything they wanted, but they came down with one of them after she ran the numbers and everything. She said to list it at 245, and the other one said 230. So we were just asking the lower number. But looking at what we need to have in order to be able to put this nightmare behind us, the bare minimum we have to get is 180. That will give us money to pay off the mortgage, money to do the things we need to do to the property to get ready to move a house in, and pay off the people we borrowed money from.
Oh, okay. I have a better grasp of what's going on now.
Yeah, that all adds up to 180.
I see. Okay. So when we're talking about, the contractors that, did a bad job, would you say it's a full gut pretty much?
No.
Okay.
No, it's the sheetrock is the rest of the house is in reasonable shape. I imagine since it's been sitting so long, there's so many trees around it. There's probably some spots on the roof that need a little attention. Excuse me. The water line that we had the leak with, that's already been repaired. I had somebody else come in and do that just to get that out of the way. And then we had the whole thing started with another water leak, and the contractor couldn't go under the house to fix the water leak because we also had a natural gas leak under the house. And so with our home warranty that we had, they completely replaced all of the gas line from the meter all the way to every active connection in the house. We had them disconnect everything. At one time, there was a space heater in every room of this old house. So
Okay.
we didn't need all that. We needed furnace, water heater, and then room for one large space heater in the living room in case the power went out. And so we've only got 3 active connections in there. All the line going to it, all the valves and everything's brand new. The furnace is, well, it was when we moved out. The gas furnace was less than 3 years old. I do know for a fact that the air conditioner unit that's sitting on top of the furnace is shot. And it's an old R134A system, so it needs to be replaced, the air conditioner anyway. The water heater was 3 months old when we moved out.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Stephen. How much work, dollars and cents wise, would I need to spend roughly to fix it up, to get it up to that 350 market value, like you said?
Well, the estimate that they came up with when we were going through all the arbitration and everything with the insurance company, the private adjuster that I had hired, the number he came up with, his number, of course, I understand you can always run into other problems as well, but the number he came up with was 87.
87. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right around what I have here as the estimate. Okay. Let me see. I'm kind of trying to see what's going on around your area here. Bear with me for a second.
Okay. And the thing is, the area that it's in is outside the city limits. It's in a very good school district. It's 200 yards from the fire station. There's a fire hydrant right by the driveway in front of the house. What else is that go? You're 5 minutes from town. I mean, Walmart and Sam's is 5 minutes away, but the city limits is in between the two. So, I mean, it's an excellent location, and people just don't move out of their houses out there. People move in out there, they stay because it's such a good neighborhood. It's a great location. And there's not a lot of history of houses that size, especially not sitting on a full acre of land.
Okay. I hear you. So the issue that I'm running into, Stephen, is how you pronounce your name, by the way? Is it Stephen or Stefan?
Stephen.
Stephen. Okay, great.
like most people would spell with a V.
Oh, the V. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So Stephen, let's say I buy this off of you for 230,000, and I sink in, roughly 90,000 in repairs just to sell it for 350,000.
I understand that's not going to work with those numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because I got to pay holding costs and closing costs. I'd be upside down 27,000 as soon as I buy it off of you. You know what I mean?
Right. I understand that completely.
So
that's why I didn't have a problem telling you the 180 number.
Okay.
I mean, there's $50,000 more sitting right there from what I was asking to what my bare bones number is.
Got it. But even at 180, Stephen, the potential profit that I'd be making would only be 23,000. My all-in number would be 327,000 just to get 23. Obviously, I am a cash offer investor, and I want to get you as much money as I can in your pocket. That being said,
back up.
I gotta.
Those numbers didn't make sense to me. What is it now? 180 plus
Yeah. So
repair adds up to what?
yeah. So let's say if I get you that 180 asking price, like, you know, if I buy this off you for 180 and I have to sink in $90,000 in repairs, and to sell it for 350 on the market, my all-in number would be 327,000, and then I would only be getting $23,000 in profit. Usually we want to make that.
How are we jumping from 270 to 3 something?
From 270 to what?
The 180 plus the repairs.
Right.
You said 94 repairs. 180 plus 90 is 270. And you just
Yeah.
something
So,
over 300.
oh yeah. Sorry, I missed that. So 270. So 180 plus 90 get you to 270, plus I got to pay holding costs and closing costs. That's 7% and 5%.
Okay. What exactly is holding cost?
Well, the holding cost is what I have to spend just to hold it, like as in utilities, like all the things like that, and then all that other stuff. So I have to account for that, and taxes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't familiar with that term.
Oh yeah. Because there's expenditures just by holding the property. That's what that means. So yeah, even at 180, I'm afraid there's not much meat on the bone for me to work with that. So is 180 like your absolute bottom line here? Is that negotiable still, or?
It would have to be awfully close to 180. We just don't have much wiggle room anymore.
Okay. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, for an investor like me, I don't think we're the right fit.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, this has been one big, long, disappointing process.
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not telling me anything I didn't already figure out. So we're just in a bad spot and trying to figure out how to get out of it.
Yeah, man. Like, to be like realistically, I need to be in the low 100s for this to work, and you know, and that's if I pay closing costs, holding costs. You want to get out of this situation you're under. So, all right, Steven. It was a pleasure talking to you, and wish you good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bro, you need to slow down.
Sorry, man. I'm nervous.
No, don't say sorry. Stop saying sorry, dude. Come on. Like, you're like my little brother. Like, don't stop saying sorry. Like, we all go through this. We are all nervous. It's okay, man. It's part of the process. But when you're on the phone, especially if you have someone like me or Tyler or maybe RJ one of these days, if when you get on a live call, when you have someone that's experienced, slow the fuck down. Stop talking. You can take 3 seconds, 5 seconds before you respond, because you never gave me time to type anything that I wanted you to tell him.
Okay.
Slow down. I was going to open it up for you. Okay? So just slow down on it. By the way, you did a lot of good things. I hope you know that. So be proud of yourself. You educated him. He said, hey, that makes sense. It doesn't make sense for you to pay that much. That's awesome, bro. Like, you did a lot of good things. The only thing was your heart was going like this.
Yeah.
And you were talking too fast. Slow it down. Remember, you're the buyer. You're not selling him an idea. He needs to sell you on the house. So you just need to slow down on it.
Appreciate it.
Cool?
Thank you.
So a couple of things. One, did you see this note or no?
I did. I kind of couldn't read, like,
yeah, read it right now.
So I'd love to get you. What is that?
I'd love to get you all that.
Oh, all that plus pay off the mortgage. So what's the payoff amount? I kind of asked that question, but
No, you didn't ask that question. You said, what's the payoff amount? Because that's all I want to give you. That's why he said, you got to give me more than the payoff amount. Because you didn't say the first part. I'd love to give you all of that plus the payoff amount.
right. I couldn't understand what payoff amount was. Does that pertain to the mortgage?
What do you think?
Oh yeah. Okay.
All you have to do is read it. So slow down, just read it. Hey, I'd love to get you all that plus pay off the mortgage. So what's the payoff amount? Because he didn't want to give you the payoff amount. Why didn't he want to give you the payoff amount? Because he's afraid all you're going to do is offer what? The payoff amount. That's why you have to say, I would love to get you all of that plus the payoff amount. Because now he's going to be like, oh, this motherfucker's going to pay me all that plus the payoff amount. Yeah, my payoff amount is $30,000. Okay, cool. So now the purchase price 180 plus 30, 210.
Yeah. But even at 210, it wouldn't work.
It doesn't matter. The point is you wanted him to tell you what it is so that you know what the number is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get my point there?
Yeah.
Right?
It was, yeah, that was tough getting that payoff amount for sure. I should
Yeah,
have
but,
just read it.
but what was the reasoning? What was the reasoning that he told you why he didn't want to give you the payoff amount?
Because he didn't want me to just pay off or offer the payoff amount and then some.
That's right. So what's your comeback to that then?
Basically what you said.
So say it.
Right.
Now, I want you to think for yourself because next time I won't be here. So if someone tells you, hey, man, I don't want to take because the last guy just gave me $800 more than my payoff amount. So think quick on your feet. How can you respond to that?
What was the question again? Or what was the...
Hey, Julius, I don't want to tell you, man, because the last asshole fucking just offered me $800 more than my payoff amount.
Yeah. Yeah, then your North Star.
No. I want you to think on your feet. We're role playing. Hey, Julius, I don't want to give you my payoff amount because the last asshole just offered me $800 more than the payoff amount.
Well, yeah, I'd want to get you all that plus pay off the mortgage.
You're not thinking now. You're thinking about what I said. I want you to think. We're role playing, bro. Like I don't want you to think about what I told you about anything else. I'm asking you right now. I don't want to give you the amount because because that last asshole only gave me $800 more than the payoff amount. So what can you say?
Hey man, I don't want to lowball you or anything like that. I want to make sure it's a win-win for both of us.
Bro, how do you talk to your girlfriend? You're not listening to what I'm saying. I just told you, I don't want to tell you because I don't want you to be the same asshole. So you tell the guy, hey, dude, I'm not the same asshole. I actually want to help you out. The reason why I need to know what that payoff amount is because what if your mortgage is $100,000? Well, that's versus $10,000. That's going to change the purchase price. I just want to make sure that I can give you as much as I can while staying fair to my business. I'm not that asshole that's only going to offer you $800. Now, maybe that's where it needs to be based on what needs to be done, and I'll tell you, but I'm not going to make that offer. I'll just tell you where it is. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're understanding me there. Like,
I'm still trying to, I'm still trying to understand. Part of the issues I have is making sense of the numbers.
But there's no numbers, Julius. But this is the reason why I'm trying to snap you out of it. And maybe this is the reason why Tyler got on you. The role play that we're saying is what? I don't want to tell you the number because the last asshole only gave me $800 more than my payoff amount. That's what he said. So what is he actually telling you? Let's forget how you're going to rebuttal. What is he telling you when he said that? That he doesn't want you to be what?
An asshole.
That's right. So all you have to tell him is that you are not a.
Asshole.
Does that have to do anything with the numbers?
No.
No, that's just you having a conversation with another person. So why is your mind going to the numbers? I just want you to live in the present. He just told you he doesn't want you to be an asshole. So you tell the guy, hey, John, I'm not an asshole. The reason I'm asking you because I want to solve your problem, bro.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And if I can solve your problem, I'll tell you that I'll be your solution. And if I can't, I'm going to tell you exactly that I can't and why I cannot be. Is that fair? So, brother, how much do you owe? Right? This has nothing to do with sales. It has nothing to do with scripts. It has to do with two men just having a conversation. And that guy just told you he doesn't want you to be an asshole. Yeah. Just like if you're on a date with a woman and the woman tells you, Julius, my last ex-boyfriend was a dickhead. What are you going to do? Be like, hey, I'm a dickhead too? Or are you going to be like, I'm not like your ex. I'm not a dickhead. You get what I mean? I'm trying to make it to simplify it.
Yeah.
Tyler, you hopped on. Was I saying anything wrong, or would you approach it differently? Let's go. Everyone is different.
No, I mean, I agree. I wasn't watching until I jumped on, but I pretty much caught on. But yeah, like, oh, that sucks, man. Like, damn, hate to hear that. You know, I always say my competition sucks. You just proved it for me. You know, whatever, just kicking it. I agree. Like, oh yeah, I hear that all too often. You know, I'm glad you finally got me. I mean, it's a person.
The one-liner came from Tyler versus the one-liner. No, those are one-liners. I was just talking about just having a conversation. That was good, Tyler. Julius, you're quiet. I see that. I'm thinking the wheels are turning. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's just I like in this call, I feel like I could have done more. I mean, I don't know if he would have went under 180. I don't know if it was right for me to embrace no on that. Like, I felt like the numbers didn't work, and I felt like I just gave up on it.
Why did you give up on it?
Because even at 180, which was his bottom price, the numbers just didn't pan out in the profit calculator.
How do you know that's his bottom price?
Yeah, good point. Because I just took his word for it, which is not.
That's what I'm saying. So the reason why I asked you that question is because you have this mindset, and we all do, by the way, we all did. Tyler did too. I did too. Where we attach ourselves to that number so much that we forget all these other stuff. Like, just keep it in your back pocket, but still get all like, hey man, I really just want to help you out here. What is it you're trying to achieve? Oh, you need to. Okay, so you need to stay at 180. So does that mean if I buy this house at 180, your mortgage gets paid off and all the other things gets paid off? Yeah, it is. Okay, so the purchase price is 180. Okay, cool. All right. Now, I want to give you as much as I can. I just need to be fair to my business. So if I buy it for 180, man, I'm all in at 344 just to sell it for 350. Brother, I know you want to keep everything to your chest, close to your chest. But bro, you can tell I'm a straight shooter. So I generally want to help you. I just need to keep my lights on. So let's talk business. How much do you actually owe? All right, so you owe 30. So that means you need 150. What do you need the 150 for?
Yeah, and he did tell me he needed 180 for the modular home to get another house because he's been living in a hotel.
Okay, So if no one buys this, you want to keep living in a hotel? Or how much is that modular home? You're going to put a down payment? How much is that down payment? Oh, modular home, man. I've been doom scrolling on these fucking tiny homes. Holy shit, what are you looking at? How much does that little fucker cost?
Yeah.
This is when my animation comes out. So I want to get excited for it. Hey man, let me see if I can get that modular home for you. Talk to me about that modular home. Oh, it costs $100,000. Oh, are you gonna pay for it all at once, or are you gonna put a down payment? Oh, I'm gonna pay for it cash. If you don't mind me asking, why? Can you get that modular home by putting in a 20% down payment or 10% down payment? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Well, Julius, hey man, like I said earlier, I want to give you as much as I can. I just need to be fair to my business. And so if there's a price point where you can get that modular home and I can keep my lights on, then it solves your problem and I have a new project to work on. But I can't give you everything and then I'm upside down. So this is the reason why I'm asking. So can you work with me so I can work with you? Or are you just going to treat me like all the other idiots that fucked with you before me? Because I am the guy that can help solve that problem. But let's talk business. And that's going to be a fork on the road. Either he opens up or he doesn't. If he doesn't open up, you're done. If he opens up, now you've got a grocery list of items.
Yeah.
You know?
Appreciate it, man.
What time is it? It's 12 o'clock? Holy shit. I've been on for a while.
Man, I don't know. I just felt bad about that. I don't know. It's a bad habit. It's just like every call, like where I don't make an offer is like, man, I could have done more. You know, could have said all the things that you told me. You know.
So why didn't you, or why couldn't you? That's what I want to try to fix. And everyone is different, right? And so it's hard for me to coach if I don't know, like during the call, where is it like stopping you? And by the way, Julius, if you're not Julius, Jamil, if you're on a call, please unmute yourself. I'm just talking because no one's calling. And Julius, if you have people to call, I'll shut up too, by the way. Go make your calls.
But yeah, I think it was just a nervousness. It was my first call of the day too.
Perfect. Awesome. No, go make a second one. Screw me. Go do it.
Yeah.
And you now have Tyler on here too. So have the screen ready for you in front of you. We'll probably put everything on the private chat. Drop it on the private chat, the address, so we can help you comp it. And slow down. Drink a glass of water in between responses. Give us time to type.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like, I'm pumped. Like, I'm in the zone of like feedback and doing deals. So like, really, like Caesar said, slow down. Think of what they say last. You know, listen. What's their last sentence? Pick a key word out of there. Pick a key topic out of there. Stay on their last sentence. We'll do the comping and just really try to listen. And just like zone in and see, you know what I mean? Like, what can I really do here if I listen? You know, like, and we're sitting here watching, and so use that as what would Caesar tell me right now? What would because you know what he'd say. Like, RJ is in my head at all times. What would RJ tell me to say? Like, he's in there. So like, we're here. So just use that of like, it actually being live like this in front of people makes you so much better because you need to like try more and like really think about what am I saying and just do that. We'll comp it. And I think you'll have a banger of a call.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Got me fired up. So we just got back from the urgent care. My son, we're out here, a wasp came flying. He freaked out, turned around to sprint, drilled one of these big, huge steel chairs, patio chairs. And so we had to go and he got a couple of them like suture things and glue. Oh, it's been a crazy day. Jamil, you want to call? Jamil. All right, y'all. They left me with the channel, I guess. Who's all in here? Drop in the chat or drop your questions. I've already done my follow-ups for today, really, and no one's answered. And then we had that urgent care trip, so I'm just kicking it for real. So if y'all got questions, let me know until they unmute. I just told Jamil to unmute, but
Yeah, I know. I don't think
I
he
told
can
him in
hear
the
us.
private chat.
Uh,
And then always, whenever they're muted, it always ends up being a contract or something.
yeah, yeah.
And they're like, man, I'm like, well, shit. I want
Hey,
to hear it.
Julius, can you hear us?
Yeah, what's up?
Quick question for you, bro. Why did you need help on this comp for this one?
Oh, because I was nervous and and I just had trouble just comping while
You have
trying to get the motivation.
what's right now on your prop stream? What addresses do you have for comp 1, comp 2, and comp 3? So when you pop the address in, what do you have?
I had the Sunnybrook, the 400,000 that you mentioned.
Okay.
And I think I also had the 728 Sunnybrook that sold for 645.
Okay.
And then Joan Lane 305. Those were like the main three that I was looking at.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So then what's your now you saw the pictures of the 400,000?
Yeah, that looked fixed up.
The 400,000?
Yeah.
So why do you say that?
I guess trying to get
look at the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that 2026 kitchen?
No.
Okay. So it's a nice house, but it's not a rehabbed house.
Okay.
So right off the bat, you know what the CMV is. That's the current market value.
Yeah, which is also why I was like I could have
All right,
offered 180
so
and it would have panned
look
out.
the downsides on this one and everything like that. I mean, and then you said you'd move out of here. Where were you planning on going?
I was looking for an area in like Newland or LaPlace, Louisiana. No better school district and stuff like that.
Not too familiar with that area. I'll be honest with you. How much does stuff typically run you over there?
Can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
I was saying I'm not too familiar with that area, to be honest with you. How much does stuff typically run you over there?
For a house in that area I'm in.
Well, where you're headed, not where you're at.
Where I'm headed, probably around the same area, close to 200,000, 150 to 200.
150 to 200. Is that the range you're looking in?
Yeah.
All right. So you need 150 to 200. Are you planning on cash, down payment? What are you thinking?
I was thinking I'll probably go ahead and finance another property.
All right. You already pre-approved and everything like that?
No, I haven't been pre-approved yet.
Okay. You know how much of a down payment you might need?
Probably around 20,000, 20 to 30.
Like 10, 15%, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, of course, I'm gonna, put as much money in your pocket as possible. But I mean, if I could at the very least do that, is that something that would work for you?
Oh, just a down payment on the house?
Yes. You wouldn't? Was there something else you were hoping to do when you started this one?
Yeah, because I'll end up spending it all, because, and so I would like to make some type of profit, keep some type of money in my pocket.
All right. So I actually didn't ask you this. How much do you owe on that house, that property?
123.
123. All right. And then, I mean, of course, if we came to an agreement on numbers, that's got to get paid off first. I mean, once that's paid off, how much were you looking to walk away with?
Like I said, I was asking for 180, so I want to walk away with at least like 45.
45. What's that 45 going to be able to do for you?
To get me, I could bid up for another down payment on something else. Like I said, I'll probably bid partnership with new furniture and stuff. Got a growing family.
You said a down payment plus a trip?
Excuse me?
You said a down payment plus a family trip?
No, I'll be able to furnish it, new furniture, new bedroom sets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure furniture is probably pretty expensive. I mean, how much do you think you'd need for furniture?
We'll see. Probably around 6,000-7,000.
All right. So down payment plus some furniture. I mean, is there anything else you were hoping to accomplish from selling this property?
It's just a fresh start for me and my family,
Fresh start, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to help you get that fresh start. I mean, you said yourself you planned on fixing it up to sell it, right? That was the plan.
Yeah, fix it up. If I could get what I want, yeah, I'll sell it. Said I could rent it out. Either or.
Right.
Just want a fresh start first.
I'm right there with you. Let's see if we can make it happen. So when you bought it, what were you anticipating it being worth all the way done?
Can you repeat that for me?
I was saying I want to help you get that. If at all possible, get you that new house, new furniture, stuff like that. When you bought this house to renovate it, what were you expecting it to be worth when it was all done?
Well, I didn't buy it from the investors Frank. As far as when I bought it, I was actually planning to stay there, but I went through a divorce and stuff like that, and now I have family, so now just kind of like that's why I'm on a fresh start type of thing.
So are you saying, maybe I'm mishearing you, are you saying that selling this would allow you to get that fresh start?
Yeah, most definitely.
How so?
I can move to a new area. Better school district for my children. Because at the time that I bought the property, I didn't have any kids, so I got kids. I'm looking to move them better location with a better school system.
Better school system.
Yeah.
One of the best things about working out the CRM, I can see Audrey's ARV, so I don't got to run numbers. All right, Jarvis. So the new house allow you to get to a better school districts and stuff like that. What's wrong with the school district you're in now?
It's not so much the school district, so much other type of influences from the other children that's having an effect on my daughter and stuff like that. So I would like to get her in a better location. I think that's East St. John Parish, where we plan on going, has a way better school system, a lot more activities, based curriculum, stuff like that.
Better extracurriculars.
Yeah.
Now, what are they doing to your daughter?
Huh?
What are they doing to your daughter? You said the kids is what was it? A bad influence?
Yeah, it's the influence, you know.
Man, what are they doing to her? I want to help you out here.
No, not so much on what they're doing to her, but just know the influence and underachievement of her peers and stuff. She's real smart, and I don't want that to bring her down to what she's. And I know she's capable of better. So, what they say. They say, show me your friends, and I'll show you yourself in 5 years.
That is true.
Put that back.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, you're saying getting that fresh start, moving to a new area that's going to allow for better school districts, better influences on your daughter, better extracurriculars, and a fresh start for yourself.
Yes.
Man, I definitely want to help you do that. If I were at the very least able to get you your down payment and that new furniture, you think we can make a deal happen here?
What would be? Well, yeah, everything's possible, but what would be your amount?
Well, I'm still trying to figure that out, but I mean, you're saying 123 is what's owed, plus 7K for furniture, probably about 20 grand down. 10% down on the house. I mean, that put me, yeah. If I were to able to at the very least do that, would that work for you?
So that sounds like we're at like what, like 30, 37?
Well, 10% down to be 20 plus 7. I mean, if I could put somewhere in the range of like 30 grand in your pocket and get you in them new school districts and everything like that.
So that's 27% would be 10% down, right? That's definitely something I'm willing to visit. So that's been my estimate, but I'm like 120. Let me see, that's 60. Yeah, give me a second. I'm calculating. I don't have a calculator on me. So mental math.
It's all good. Take your time.
It's 120. I think I probably need to walk away with like 45.
What's substantial about that 45 number?
That's not. It gives me confidence to start a new life.
I want to help you start a new life here. Just help me see how I can do that. You said down payment, furniture. What else are you thinking?
Yeah. So, and some finances. That's it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to spend everything on me, like off of a transaction. No way. To get that.
Financial stability. Financial stability, you say?
You put 20. And we had 27. I don't even with 7,000. Now I got. Plan. So that wouldn't work.
All right. So
I was spending all of it on money that I made off the transaction.
Jarvis, level with me here. I'm a straight shooter. You're a straight shooter. I understand what you're saying. As far as you wanting to see a return on your investment. But can you just let me know? I mean, what is it that you're actually absolutely looking to accomplish from selling this property?
Trying to accomplish like 40 grand.
I mean, as far as get out of the bad school district, get to the new better influences on your kid, get you a fresh start, everything like that.
I'm like, for what I plan on doing and moving with the extracurricular activities like kickboxing, the performing arts and stuff like that. I know all this is what I plan on doing. It's going to take money. So that's where I'm at with it. So.
Kickboxing? That's the you said kickboxing and stuff?
Yeah.
So how much more money would you need in your pocket to do that? This isn't a deal. Even at Audrey's numbers, I don't see this moving.
All right, I want to let's see.
Quick look in ARVs like low twos or something.
180. Nah, I can do the accept
If
less.
that.
We can get on the same page. So 120, 123, 123, 124 left. So
of course, I don't want to gouge your eyeballs out or anything, but at the same time, what was that?
Yeah, I'm like, so like one, do like, for me to be done and finished with it, I'd be willing to do like 165, 170.
All right.
And it's not such a bad neighborhood to where the property value is appreciated. So it's going and all in that sense. So it's not depreciating. It's only gaining now. People have been there for like 8 years. Property value has only went up. So on the back end, they do have potential to be able to make even more money from the property.
So, of course, I'm not like these other jokers, these other investors. I want to put as much money in your pocket as I can get you. I want to help you get to the fresh start. I want to help you get to them better school districts, everything like that. I just need a pathway for how is my problem. I mean, from what I'm seeing, I I mean, you said you have no clue what it would be worth once it was fixed up.
200,000.
200,000.
I say $7,000. I think about $7,000 because, like I said, the biggest, that's why I'm trying to fix the central area. I believe that I got a price for that to be like $7,000.
Okay. Now, all right. So that's to get the AC unit done. That is. What about the laundry room, everything like that, for me to get a GC in there?
My room is actually in the process of being repaired now, so that's probably something you won't even have to probably even worry about fixing that. Shit, I've been getting ready for this for like 4 years now, and I've been doing a lot of work on it.
All right. So you're
both of the bathrooms, everything been renovated to with new ceramic and light fixtures and everything like that. I got a lot of that work to it. And I'm like, and then plus I look at the market with the apartments and the rentals, and this is it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1.5. I'm sorry, 1.5 with a large den. That could probably be transformed into a 4th room. Like I know, like this, I could probably get at least like $2,200 to $2,500 a month. I could get the cash. I wouldn't even be worried about renting it out or nothing like that. I just walk away.
okay. So let's see here. You're probably right about the $7,000. But with that being said, I do this on a pretty large scale, and $5, $10, $15,000 can evaporate like the snap of a finger. So in my calculator, I'm gonna put 15,000. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So, of course, I want to put as much money in your pocket as possible, but I do need to be able to keep the lights on. If I buy it off of you for 165, put 15,000 into it, and then go sell it for 200,000 after I pay my realtor fees, commissions, holding costs, closing costs, everything like that. Jeez, oh, I'm all in for 204,000 to go sell it for 200,000.
That's what you do. So, right?
At the numbers you told me, yes.
Listen, if you're gonna do renting or leasing like that, because you could within 6 months you can recoup that money even faster with the renting. Rent it out. So like, you have options also. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even mentioned the equity that builder that the house already has.
Hmm.
I have options. I could do the equity. I could do that. But that's it. Like, I get the cash, I can walk away because I have plans on and I'm also starting a new venture. Also, this is really my this my last step to serious. I'm going in the business for myself. I need the cash flow.
Now you broke up a little bit. You said this was your last step to what was that?
To set up my family for the rest of my life. You know, I'm starting a new venture and I'm starting my own business. Just I need the cash.
So you need the cash. And I want to put the cash in your pocket. Like I said, I need an exit here. So you mentioned the rental property. When I buy a rental, there's two things I'm looking for in a neighborhood like this. One, I need a certain amount of equity. Two, I need the rent rate to be a certain amount. So in a neighborhood like this, I need at least a 1.5% rent rate and at least 20% equity. With the numbers that I'm seeing here, I'd walk out with 8% equity and about a 0.87% rent rate compared to a 1.5% rent rate. So I'd still need to be a good bit lower.
Okay. All
I
right.
think I ran through that too fast.
Your amount, whole numbers, 1,000. What's your bottom? That'll make you happy and that'll make me happy.
I'm trying to figure out how to make you happy now. I mean, if I can at least get you to that new house, what do you think?
Sound like we're back at 27.
I mean, just shoot straight with me here. How much do you absolutely need in your pocket to set your family up, like you said?
I like 40.
Did we go up on price?
No, I don't think we did. It's
No.
funny because it's 124 level. If I make 40, that's we at 60. We're at 160 something, I believe.
Yeah, like 164.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just shoot straight with you here. I can get this done for you, and I can get cash in your pockets in 30 days or less, or whatever your timeline is. You know, if you need more time, we could do that as well. But just shooting straight with you here, I'd probably have to be somewhere near the 140 to 150 range.
Maybe you should check back with me. I'll save your number on my phone. We can check back with each other, and I'm going to continue to retain my renovations. Hello?
All right. So if you aren't able to sell this as is, what'll happen?
If I don't be able to sell it as is,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, then I might just bite the bullet and rent it out and just move to that neighborhood. You know, I just have to bite the bullet and spend my own money.
How long you think that's going to take you to be able to get to that new neighborhood?
Not long. Probably by the end of the year.
End of the year? Well, how are we gonna get your daughter to that better school district before the new school year?
In a new school, hey, to pull out, relocate.
I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
Probably have to start school. Get out the street. Come on. No, that's not church. Come on, you gotta get out the street. All right. Now, what you saying? Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah. So I would probably have to pull her out of school, in the middle of the year and then relocate. This is stuff I'm actively doing. You know, I'm doing it this way. Nothing's really gonna stop making my next move. I'm just trying to secure some money for it to be a little bit smoother.
I mean, I can help you secure that money. I mean, I understand, like I said, that you want to make a certain amount of money and everything like that. But I mean, from the sounds of it, maybe I'm wrong, but one of the most major aspects of this was to get that fresh start and into the new school district. I mean, would doing that help you out here?
What's the word? Because until the agreement, like 150, that leaves me with, like 30 grand. I just don't see me doing it for that. I know the property worth. I know the area. I know it's a real nice house for a large family. I know in this market, I know rent is out of control at this time. I will be able to rent this property out, have it pay for new property out of my money, and I want to pay money out of my property. You understand what I'm saying? Mortgage is cheaper than rent.
I hear you. My concern is the bad influences on your kids and stuff like that.
That's the thing. That's definitely a thing. She probably could survive for 7 more months. Yeah, I just know the market. I'm just like, I know I can make this. I can make it work. So, like I said, you can, I'll take your name and I'll keep doing what I've been doing. Keep my renovations going, and hopefully we'll be able to be back up at a later time.
I mean, I'm ready to make something happen today. I'm trying to get your kids in that new school district before September. He hanged up. He hung up. He banged on me.
He didn't like all the questions.
Where do you guys think you would have differed on that call?
I wouldn't have been on it so long. Probably. Well, I don't know your exact. Well, I mean, I guess I know the numbers. What was the condition?
Pretty much turnkey, other than an AC and a laundry room, is what he told me. He already did most of the renovations.
My thing, and I don't have it pulled up anymore, but there was a bunch of similar properties listed between 160 and 180.
I think what was giving me hope is like, well, Audrey saw something in this. So
What did he have as ARV?
he put 220 and he said he offered 150. And I could see with the seller's numbers, it moving at 150. It's gonna be a small ass assignment fee though. But with all these rental properties in the area, I feel like I could just call up one of those landlords and be like, hey, you want this? For a quick small fee.
Well, I didn't think he was going to hang up, but
I didn't either.
I haven't got to talk to one person today, and
Jamil, I thought you did pretty good on that call, dude. You pulled all the stops, and I think Tyler was right. That's the only thing I would have done differently as well.
Jumped off sooner.
Yeah, I didn't hear the rest of it, but if Tyler says that, I would have agreed to that, especially towards the end.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it was just like, yeah, too close and started to feel a little salesy. Not bad, but you know what I mean? Just like we needed it. It almost felt like we needed it.
Caesar, I didn't see that question, but I definitely like it. And if I would have saw it, I 100% would have asked it.
Yeah, that's what you were trying to say. I know that's what you were trying to say because you asked it you made a couple of statements about it. Next time, just ask it.
Yeah, that's good though. If anything, you asked too many questions and he didn't like it, so that's good. The questionator.
Well, that's 2 more leads dead out of your CRM. Let's see here. I'm going to have to jump off in like 10 minutes because I got to run errands and then I got a meeting.
Yeah, same.
We're only here because of you still, so let's go, baby.
What was that?
Let me just order my last scoop of ice cream.
Oh, last scoop. I wonder how many he's had. Jeez, 3. Jamil, how's your lives been going? Have you got any deals on them or any good calls or?
Some good calls. There's, I think, 2 follow-ups I got to do tomorrow that I'm pretty confident in. One's just, I don't even know if I really want to do it or not, but it's a sub 2 in North Dakota.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he said it's like if you took Midland and put it in North Dakota. His PITI is 2,700 and it was rented for 3,850. He's just on the other side of the state and is like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. Like, he just wants to be done. There's not enough equity for him to be able to sell on the open market, but it is enough equity to not be upside down on a sub 2. I think it's worth 420 and he owes 380, wants to walk a $5,000.
I guess they did give me a double scoop out of it. So I guess that you're right, Tyler.
I had a frozen custard today. It's called the Buckeye something. It's like basically chocolate peanut butter Reese's. Oh, it's so good.
Questions, not statements.
Yeah, I don't think he did anything wrong with that one, Jamil. The
I don't
guy
think
just
so
wasn't
either.
motivated. The guy just wasn't motivated.
Yeah.
He had motivating factors, but he wasn't motivated.
Yeah. He's cool to keep it for another 6 months. He don't care.
Yep. So the question becomes then, as you listen to that call later, since it was recorded, you got to look at it as where and why did you decide to stay on that phone? And that's going to be the differentiating factor for you moving forward for future calls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just remember we're looking for reasons not to do it. Not for reasons to like chase it and do it.
Oh, there's actually one little thing that I wanted to say earlier and I forgot. By the way, I love it and thank you very much that you are using the line of I'd love to give as much money as I can in your pocket. So thank you. That being said, you overused it where it loses its value. You got to pick the right moments to use it. And when I say it, I only say it like maybe 2, maybe 3 times at the most throughout the call. But you must have said it like 6, 7 times, maybe 5.
Yeah. That's a good point because you was doing, I mean, the same thing about the school and kids, which I get it. But I bet that's probably why he hung up because you just said the same few things like
over again.
A bunch of times. It wasn't like questions into questions. It was just a lot of, yeah, I just want to help you, get the kids out of there. And I like it to remind them, but like mine is usually right before and after the pitch and the offer. But I'm trying to find other things instead of, like hit that, but then trying to find more too.
Yep. Because it took you said my line 3 times before you educated him up with his number. Like why?
That's because when I first, I asked that before I had unmuted, and he's like, I don't know what it's worth. But then I was like, let me just circle back and see if he's.
Yeah, but you I guess what I'm saying is you overused it before you. I understand if you use it once or twice, but I think by the time you educate him, I think you had used it like 3 or 4 times already. Right? Hey man, I really do want to give you as much as I can. I just got to be fair to my business, and right now, if I buy this at this, I'm all the way up to 204 just to sell it for 200. Which you said perfectly, by the way, perfectly, and you sat in there, you let it sink in. I don't know if you noticed it, but that pause, he was processing it. So for me at that point, I'd be like, so I want to be fair to my business, man. Let's work. What is it that you're absolutely trying to accomplish? Or the way you ask it, how much do you absolutely need? I don't like asking that question.
Yeah.
How much do you
I don't like, you guys might like it, but it don't flow off of me. But like you also said this a bunch of times. What is it you're absolutely trying to accomplish? Like
said it multiple times, yep.
And
He loses its power.
Caesar, exactly. That's exactly what it does. And it's just over and over like this motherfucker, dude. Like, holy shit. Like, You know what I mean? Like that's probably what he was thinking. I don't know. Same thing with when people overdo or do shit. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, that's enough to make me hang up on you too. You know, like I don't know, like just overdoing that shit. Like, why does this fucking dude keep asking about my emotions and feelings, bro? Like, I'm in a foreclosure. Like, what? I just need to get rid of it. And we're just like, how does that make you feel? And what are you trying to accomplish? If we say it like once, that's golden. If we say it, you know, a couple times, good. But 7 times, now it's just like a broken record.
Yep. And remember too, Jamil, that because that's what I call the fail safe, right? Because it's supposed to loop you back. But just remember that also serves another purpose. I call it the fork on the road. It is the fork on the road. In other words, either they open up and we continue the conversation, or they don't and we end the conversation. So when you repeated it multiple times, you kept going, oh, it's a fork on the road. I really want to go left, but you keep going right. It's like, no, it's a fork on the road. You take a pick. And we're gonna pick the one that they give us. And if he doesn't want to open up, then I would just be like, hey man, here's the situation. In order for it to make sense, I needed to be at 120. Which he did. But it took you so long to get there because he tried to get all the other stuff. Where all you need to do was after the first one, maybe the second time, then you hit them. Because once you hit them, then that's when the conversation goes one way or the other.
Dude, I love that spot. Like, that's my favorite spot to be in. Because it's like, well, you're either about to be dead or probably locked up. You know, we're about to find out. You chase me, then let's rock. Or we're about to dead you. 2 of my favorite things to do, lock up and kill leads.
Yep. And that's it. And if he decides to take the road of I'm going to dead you, maybe the last thing I would say, hey, man, before I let you go, if you don't mind me asking, what you're asking and what I'm willing to pay, it's literally a $15,000 difference. What's more
Is that how far off you were, you thought?
15?
Yeah, he was at 160, 165. I needed to be at like 150.
Yeah, so I would have said, because he said $5K in repairs, right?
7.
How much?
7.
Oh, so that still wouldn't have made us too close. Yeah, that still would have been not enough. I'll say if it was enough, the difference, you could have used his rehab and set the expectations of a price drop of just, hey, we'll go off that as long as it is what you say and it is that rehab. You know, I think it's going to be 15, 20, but I don't have no reason not to believe you. You know it better than me. So let's base it off to 5. As long as it's 5, we're good to go. And then lock it up. You know what I mean?
Done. And then you come back and be like, well, you told me 5, but it's actually 25.
Yeah. I'd say, yeah. Exactly. Then you either terminate it or do the drop. I mean, you done told him, you set the expectation the whole time. Here's what it is. Here's what I think it is. But, you know, I'll trust you, Mr. Seller. Let's find out. We'll come check it out. That's what you have to do in this game. You don't know till you go, ever. I've been walking properties here, and trust me, you don't know till you go. Like, I'm the one talking to the seller, and I'm the one walking it, and I'm seeing the difference. You know, like, y'all are nuts. Literally, the basement was flooded to the first floor, up to the steps. They forgot to mention that.
Mm-hmm. Well, folks, it is a beautiful day today. I'm gonna head out, but if you, Jamil and Joyce and Tyler, if you want to hang on for a little bit, I do want to show you guys something offline. So just hang in there for a little bit. But I'm gonna cut the stream off now because it's about to be really good. You guys want to see how beautiful the day is today? So awesome.
Wow.
It's great. All right, guys, till next time, speed and volume. Smash that like button if you guys got anything out of this call. Oh, I just realized there were people commenting. I didn't even know. What did Kurt Rice say? Pain wasn't great enough. Yep, exactly. So that's pretty much it. Look at that. All right, guys, have a good one.